Now they can.
Yay!
Can they? Hello,
Yes.
stream.
Hooray!
Yes.
Hello, stream.
Hello, stream.
Hello, streams.
Yes.
You're right, stream.
You're right.
These knives, man.
Stream.
Stream.
So how are you two anyway? You two well? You well?
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Better now.
Yeah.
Kind of a rough
Good.
weekend, but you know what? I made
Hey.
it out the other side.
It
It's always a
happens.
good thing.
It does happen.
Shit happens.
Yup.
That's how it is. I guess.
Are we ready?
I don't know. Probably.
Chinny, are you ready?
Once I'm not quite happy with the way my microphone sits.
I know you.
With
I can. It
fart
sounds like.
smells.
Yeah. Well, no one's happy with that.
It's just all very. It doesn't like. Okay, I'll try that.
Okay.
Like, on the webcam, I'm looking a bit rough today. Like this, I've not looked
You
at
can't
myself for. I haven't looked at myself for like 2 days. Yeah.
Oh, and you're so vain normally. Who knew?
But
Normally
like,
looking at yourself every 10 seconds just
this
to check your hair.
you can see me on the thing now, right, on the webcam.
Yes,
The-
we can.
The microphone arm is very sort of saggy, so it starts to do this. It starts to go down. I know it.
Weird.
And so I need to fucking get it up there. But then the
the
microphone does
sheer
this.
weight, the sheer weight of your
Can you not
dongle.
tighten up? Can you not tighten up the elbow?
Oh, if you start making sensible suggestions of how to fix
Yeah,
this,
flipping egg.
other than me just
I don't know
going,
what to tell
Eric,
you.
What is the matter with
I
you?
move it, why
My
doesn't it
bad.
fix it straight away? We'll do that. That seems like
Okay.
the way to do it. Okay.
Hang on, I want to make sure I'm recording. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure I was coming in on the recording.
You're just getting all that gold.
All that
levels.
jazz.
Checking the levels.
Checking the level. Check. 1 2 1 2.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
If anyone has reason to delay the commencement of the podcast, speak now.
No.
It's hard for me to admit when I made a mistake.
Welcome
I
yo
won't.
to the veteran gamers. Juju, Jimmy, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you play this week.
Wario
News,
cheese!
reviews, and an indie pick. Stu story time and Jimmy's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors.
I'm a potato.
Veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
I'm a potato.
It's the veteran gamers.
I do not have a problem. If I want to play Crazy Cupcakes, I will play Crazy Cupcakes.
Oh, I need your
Switch
advice.
that
Yeah.
console
See,
up
I got this
before you
friend
have
named
to press
Joey
repeat.
Jojo Junior Shabadoo.
That's the worst name I ever heard.
Hi, Joey Jojo.
Hello and welcome to episode 578 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 578. What's up, people? Duke in the building.
Oh, yeah, he is, and so is Stu.
I
God,
think
no.
I just accidentally ate soap
What? Why? How?
Why
Because-
do you eat soap?
because here's right. I just washed my hands because I had a wee. Right?
We're into story time
Right.
already. We haven't even finished.
Not really.
Wait,
No.
wait, wait.
No.
Story time.
Yes,
Oh,
this is a story time. You're
No,
telling
no.
a story. I don't want to hear it. Jimmy.
So I-
yeah, we and soap.
Hold on. Sorry, washing my hands after having a wee is such a ridiculous concept to you.
Oh, look at Mr. Fancy
yeah.
Pants.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
Oh, so
So-
posh. I have to wash my hands.
So I just wash my
Yeah.
hands after having a wee,
Yeah.
and what always happens with me is I always get like sort of soap around my wedding ring. I don't know why. It just always sort of gathers around there. Then I just took
yes,
a
I also had that.
I took a Vietnamese whirl, two of them out of a box, right?
Right.
A Vietnamese what?
Vietnamese whirl.
No, you mean a Viennese world.
Vietnamese. I don't know how you say it. Viennese whirls.
It's totally different things.
I didn't say Vietnam.
Oh, this is a type of
Vietnamese
biscuit then,
world.
huh?
Right.
Alex T.
Okay, this
I
is-
got a
This
whirl.
is a shortbread biscuit. For American
Yeah.
listeners who have no idea what a
Tara's
Viennese
just
whirl
walked-
is, much like a
Tara's just
Vietnamese
walked
whirl.
in. Tara just walked in, laughing her head off.
A
I didn't say
Vietnamese world.
Vietnamese.
You
I-
did,
I-
you didn't you? You said it, didn't you? Back
I
me up
did.
on
I did
it.
say it, yes.
You
That's not a
definitely
problem.
said
If
Vietnamese
only
world.
we knew it was a recording. If we only had some sort of recording. All right. Anyway, I took this Viennese whirl
Vietnamese world.
Yes.
from
Right.
Vietnam. and on a Viennese whirl is
Yeah.
sort of like a white cream and sort of jam whatever thing on it. So I
Okay.
thought that the thing on my hand was cream, and I was like, "Oh, more cream from the
And
whirl."
so your first impulse is, oh, this thing on my hand, it's
Let's
probably
eat that.
food, I'd better eat it.
Just as Stu was introducing himself there, I was like, "Oh, I'll eat that." And
That's like Carl Pilkington with the wasabi, and he's like, I thought it was one mushy pea.
yeah. We are streaming live on the internet, and
Yes, we are.
I just want to say, I think Ian Williams has let us know that he's in the chat because he's typed "Evening, gents. It's been a while since I've managed to catch the show live" about 15 times in the chat.
I've only seen it once.
For some
but
reason,
I'll
it's
take
coming
your
up
word for it.
68. Every time he types it, everything he types, it comes up like 4 times
Yeah.
for me.
Good.
So
He just wants to make sure you know.
I think we know, all right? I think we know he's in, so don't worry. Thanks, Ian. Also, Raw Finch is in there. It's a Stinky Poo is in there. We got people in the chat. We're live, people. We're live.
I really wish we would have one chat room. This having to monitor 2 chats is
Yeah.
doing my head in.
I don't know. I might just stream it on one thing, either on YouTube or Twitch.
No, it's fine because you amalgamate
Well,
them all
that's
on the
easy for you to say,
screen
Stu,
anyway.
because you're not monitoring the chat.
Yeah.
I'm
So I
monitoring
gotta
the chat all of the time.
Well, you're monitoring both of them?
You know, yeah, just click between tabs. It takes about, I don't know, a millisecond.
Whoa.
Yeah, but then I have extra resources for my computer
That's
in
me
the
looking at
thing.
them both.
And my computer has to render the stream twice.
Wow.
I know.
That must be taxing on your
Things might-
supercomputer right there.
Things
I'm
might
gonna-
go wrong. If the recording shuts down, that's why, people. I want you
They're
to know.
not going to go wrong for goodness
I'm going to stop
sake.
this conversation because this is boring.
It is boring. I've got something to say, right? And it's not gaming
snap,
related.
Another story time.
It's not gaming related, but it is
Go ahead.
film related, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Because this week I thought, you know what? I didn't get to go to the pictures to watch this particular film that everyone's like, oh, it's amazing. And a lot of people
Was
go,
it the
"Oh,
little
shit."
things?
No, it's Tenet.
It's Tenet,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, well, I haven't seen it, so
Um,
no spoilers.
Here's a spoiler. I turned it off.
No,
after
no
about an
spoilers.
hour.
Oh,
No, there you
okay,
go.
Fine.
I
All right.
turned it off, right? Because that
got
fucking
you.
film is the most incomprehensible piece of shit I have ever watched.
No, you're just stupid, man. You just
No, I'm
don't
not
get it.
stupid. Anyone who says
just
they
kidding.
understand what the fuck is going on is lying.
I'm really curious to see it because I like Christopher Nolan in general, but I don't know. I'm skeptical about this one.
Honestly, right, and even right, these weird reverse fight scene things they do just look ridiculous. It's the whole concept is ridiculous.
Well, to be fair, a lot of Inception is ridiculous. I mean, when you watch them like flying around underwater in the car, like whatever, it's like
Yeah, but it's
okay.
still cool, right? This just looks
well, okay,
ridiculous.
fair enough.
It's
Alright.
it's
Take
just
your word for it.
like I don't know. It's just I don't know. It doesn't even look like real fighting. I don't know. It's just weird. I mean, you've seen this, haven't you, Chinny?
Yeah.
And what's your opinion of this
He's
incomprehensible
busy eating. He's busy eating
pile
soap.
of steaming shit? What
I'm
did you
too
think?
busy enjoying exquisite Vietnamese cuisine. All right.
He's eating Vietnamese soap. He doesn't have
I
time to
think
chat.
it's a decent movie, but it is the most up his own arse kind of movie that he's made. I watched a couple of YouTube videos about like things that you missed on Tenet, and I was like, I
Right.
didn't get any of that. And there'd be one thing. I'm not going to blurt it out now, but I could tell you one thing, Stu, and you'd be like, "What?"
Okay. Yeah,
But yeah, it's ridiculous.
it's
Maybe y'all
totally
can talk about that
ridiculous.
later.
Ugh. Honestly, I hate that. Do you know how you feel about Heavy Rain, Duke? Right?
I do know how I feel
that
about
that is
Heavy Rain.
how I feel about Tenet. I just like,
Yes.
what the hell? This is like David Cage on speed.
That's
It's
pretty
like,
harsh.
you know what I mean? Oh, just ridiculous. Anyway, let's move on because I'm feeling bad again now. I've been thinking about it. So
Okay, let's move on. I'd like to
Yeah.
give a little early heads up shout out
for a shout out. Hey!
because I had a crappy ass weekend. I'm coming out of it. I'm fine now, but I had a pretty, not a serious crisis of despair, but I'd say like a significant crisis of despair. And I won't bore you with the
Okay.
details, but basically I got told by the gatekeepers of culture that I suck and they don't want anything to do with me again. And that's demoralizing. So I was down in the dumps for a few days, but I really want to thank Antonio and Tainted Brain and everybody else who was showing me love on Twitter because that's one of, in addition to the Duchess and my friends and, y'all, like it's good to have people who can give you support, even if it's just in the form of, sorry, dude.
I've got to ask a little bit.
Yeah,
more
I wanna know
detail.
more.
Yeah, we want to know a little bit more. Who are the gatekeepers of culture when they're at
Okay,
home?
so there's this woman who teaches at the State University of New York at Albany, which is not a crappy school. And she's teaching a class that includes the movie Barton Fink. And I've written a lot about Barton Fink. So when she went looking for resources online about it, she found a piece that I wrote. Cool. And then she said, hey, you should come talk to my class. And I was like, yes. And so in the spring of last year, I talked to one of her classes. And then in the fall of this year, I talked to another one over the Zoom. And at the end of the first one, she said, I'm one of the, it went really well. She's very happy. She thought the discussion was great. I do voices from the movie and all that stuff. And she said, I'm one of the coordinators for TEDx in Albany, which is a satellite TED Talk event. They happen all over the world.
Yep.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was
I vaguely
like,
remember you mentioning this. I remember.
yeah. So she was like, if you have ideas for something, you put something together. We'd love to have you audition and stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. She's like, well, let's talk about it. I was like, fine. So months and months went by. She never said anything. I was like, you know what? We'll see if anything happens. Eventually, after the second talk, she's like, when I talked to her second class, her class the second time, she said, hey, like next week, let's talk about ideas. And I was cool. I was like, yeah, let's do it. So then we sat and we talked for like half an hour about all the different possibilities. She said, I think this one works best. And I was like, cool, I can come up with something for that. So I pulled up something for that. And I kind of auditioned with a Zoom with another professor that she knows. And then there was another one who was supposed to be there, but she didn't make it. And I was like, whatever. So I gave the presentation. They said it was really good. They really liked what I had to say. They felt like there was a lot going on in it. So
Well,
they were like,
duh.
scale it back. I was like, duh, I have a lot to say. But you know what? I
Do
did
you
kinda
know
smush
who
two talks
who Duke
together.
is? Do you know who he
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, have you heard his sound bites?
No doubt. So I was like, whatever, I can edit it. Like, what do you think should be changed? And they were like, well, this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay, I can make those changes. So let me do a second draft. Let me record a video version of it, and I'll send it to you, and we'll, see where we're at there. So they're like, cool, let's do it. So I was like, great. And so I spent another few hours tweaking it and adjusting it and doing what they said. And they had, the woman herself, Madam X, I'm not going to get into names, but, she had said, like, I think it needs to be a lot shorter and don't have as many slides, because what I do for sound effects here on this podcast, when I'm presenting to my students, I do slides, meaning
And now it's got hot new games like The Legend of Soltar.
I have slides for everything. I want visuals because people are visually engaged, right? People want stuff to look at. So
Sure.
basically, she said, cut it down and whatever. So I did. I cut it down. But she was also saying, like, make sure you include this and make sure you use that. And da-da-da. And she had said originally that this one quote was supposed to be the organizing principle. And then when I did the presentation, she was like, I think you should make this the organizing principle, but don't leave out this other stuff. And she was telling me like 6 different things, like leave everything out, but put everything in, make it long, but make it quick. I was just like, whatever. So I did the best I could. I was like, I'm trying to give them what they want, right? And I recorded the video, sent it off, didn't hear anything for a few weeks. Thursday in class, halfway through the school day, I get the text. I'm very sorry to inform you that the committee has decided that we don't... And, like, on the one hand, I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Fucking who gives a shit? Like, it's not that big a deal. But on the other hand, I worked really hard on this. I think it would be really awesome. She made it clear that, like, I don't know. I got the sense from what she said that she was kind of pushing for it, but the other members weren't into it. And at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm tired of trying to beg y'all to take me seriously and give me a platform. All my life, I've had to push and shove to get to grab the mic, basically, to say, like, I have something to say. Fucking listen to me say it. And I've had a lot of trouble getting, fiction published and getting on stages and being recognized as, somebody who has something to say. And I thought this was going to be one of those moments when it was like, hey, look, I'm going to be able to say something to the world. And it ended up not working out, which sucks. But at the end of the day, I'm no worse off than I was. And ultimately, it's a problem of the ego and pride and all that crap. So, like I said.
Well, you know what, Duke? You've always got us.
Well, I appreciate that. Now, I'm very grateful for this platform. I'm grateful for everybody I've met through this and all the people, like I said, who've shown me love, like Orek Stank 5048. He sounds like he's really trying to help us out.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's got a click.ru website.
I'm not forgetting, and you've already mentioned them already, but our amazing community.
Right, and that's the thing, is that, like, ultimately, I mean, don't get me wrong, look, if I had 20 years ago, if I had set myself to trying to make a living through writing, maybe I would have books published by a legit publisher by now. Maybe I'd have stuff in science fiction and fantasy magazines. But you know what? I wouldn't have all the awesomeness and satisfaction I've got from teaching. So it's not like I regret my career choices. It's just that I wish that the gatekeepers of culture were a little more open to things that they weren't already expecting. Because I can't tell what the hell they want from me. And so it's very frustrating to just keep bashing my head against that wall over and over again. So.
Oh, well, don't let it get to you, dude. Don't let it rise above it.
Maybe
Well,
like
that's the thing, is-
next time you should be like that woman. By the way, sounds like all of my customers. None of them listen to this show anyway. But like we want a long video, but we don't want. No, we want a short video, but can you put 17 things in it? I'm like, no. Anyway, but you should have just gone, yeah. I take all your advice, and then done what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Just
kind of
doing
what
how
I mean.
you
That's
want
the
it.
thing. I always do have to walk that balance, and I thought I had done a good job. Like I thought I really had nailed it, and that's the part of the thing that's so frustrating, is that I was so proud of what I had turned out because I thought it was a perfect fusion of what I wanted to say and what they wanted to see, and their feedback was pretty vague. So it's not like they could, it's not like I could say like, okay, here's what I did wrong. It's always a guessing game. Same with the last book I read. I sent it to at least 25 publishers, and the only thing I heard back from one of them was it's too long. And it's like, fuck you. It's a perfect length. This is a good story that needs a lot of space to be told. You wouldn't say that to Jonathan Franzen or David Foster Wallace. So.
Yeah, do you think they said that to Stephen King when he wrote The Stand?
Yeah, exactly.
Too long, this 1,200-page novel.
Preach.
Actually, they probably did because he did an extended version, didn't he?
Well, that's the other thing, is that he had made a name for himself by that time through publishing stories. Well, guess who publishes stories these days? Nobody. Nobody's publishing stories.
It's all about the autobiographies.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm just tired of trying to guess what people want. So, it is what it is. I'll just keep putting out the self-published crap, and if 3 people read it, cool. I'll have to be happy with that, because that's the most I'm going to get. And I'm grateful for those 3. So thank you to those 3.
There you go. Keep on the positive. Keep on the positive.
No, stop. Don't tell me to keep on the positive, because this is a very difficult thing for me to deal with. And I am grateful, though. I mean, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. You're right that I should focus on the good stuff in my life. But it's also the case that, it's also the case, though, that when this sort of thing happens, like, part of me says, like, I should just give up, like, stop trying to, get my voice out there. As Homer Simpson said, you tried and you failed miserably. The lesson is never try.
Correct.
Right.
I have been thinking, Duke, if you did do a biography, you could call it this. I thought of a title for your biography. Are you ready for this? You ready? I didn't get a bike, but I got a farm. What do you think?
Yes, that everybody would love to read that. There's a guy who, right. Anyway, like I said, I just want to thank the people who were there for me with, the kind of support I needed, which was, I'm sorry to hear it. Like, this too shall pass. That's it. That's really all you can say to
what
me
I
when
will
I'm in that state.
What I've learned from this exchange, Duke, unfortunately, isn't something that you will benefit from, but hopefully it will bring a little bit of laughter to your night. Is that Stuart is the worst person to look for advice for when it comes to these things.
Well, he's trying. I am.
He's trying in the same sense as if he was a firefighter, he would be at home saying, you should just not look at the fire for a while.
Well, I mean,
go out
the
on
thing
its own.
Brene Brown did a talk one time where she talked about how empathy is a choice, and it's a vulnerable choice because you have to connect with something painful inside of yourself if you're going to link up with the person who's feeling pain. And a lot of people don't want to do that, so instead they say, oh, you had a miscarriage? Well, at least you can get pregnant. And it's
I wouldn't say that. Jesus Christ!
I know, but when you say, I know, but when you say look on the positive, I'm not saying that
That's not an unempathetic thing to emphatic or whatever. And that's not one of those. Bloody hell!
Okay, well,
I'm
that's
trying
not what I
to
want-
cheer you up and go, look on the positives, man. Jesus.
Yeah, but here's the well, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but trust me, when I am in a horrible state of mind, which I was this weekend, the last thing I want to hear is someone telling me, look on the bright side.
Well, what would you rather me say? Look, Duke, look on the negative and dwell on it for a while.
No,
Maybe that'll
no.
help you.
I'm pretty sure I already said this. What I want to hear is, I'm really sorry you're feeling that way.
Christ.
I don't think you're listening to me, so we should just move on. All right. Is it time for us to talk about what we've been playing?
I guess it is.
Okay.
Where are you going? Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
Love when people listen to me.
What?
What?
What you been playing?
Welcome, please. Enormous genitals.
I'm gonna start this week.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Duke,
go ahead.
So I've never actually given Beat Saber a proper go,
Ooh,
Okay,
Chinny's been playing
yeah.
a Beat Saber.
and I've always dabbled in Beat Saber. You know, Beat Saber's been one of those things where I've always I've played it on your Oculus Quest, Stu, and you know it's one of those party tricks, isn't it? It's like, oh, have you tried Beat Saber? Have you tried Beat Saber? So I've played it a little bit here and there, not massively consistently, not a proper sesh, I would say, right? So I was like, right, I'm going to play Beat Saber. Also, this is encouraged by the fact that I have done very, very zero movement. Like
Very zero movement. Not just zero movement, but
not
very
zero. You know, when it's cold,
Yeah.
it's very cold. It's like very
below zero.
Yeah.
Just got done walking in the snow. God damn that motherfucker cold.
Do you like my tattoos, by the way? On the video, you can see my new tattoos.
Yes, I saw the Batman.
Yeah.
Batman.
I got some temporary tattoos from those candy stick
Sweet.
things.
They're pretty impressive, though.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I was quite
Yeah,
impressed.
they're good.
So yeah, I was like, yeah, I need to get moving. I sit at this desk for work, and I play video games, and we sit and watch Netflix, and we're watching all the Seinfelds at the moment, and documentaries about death and murder, which is pretty much everything on Netflix. And I was like, I'm not really moving a lot, so I was like, I need to do some movement. So let's play some Beat Saber, right? So that was my plan. And I did, and it's Beat Saber. I'm not going to say much about Beat Saber. It's fucking Beat Saber. Do you know what I mean? Like, get over it. It's fun. But my
Beat
God,
Saber.
my God,
Yep.
my knees are fucked
Oh, why? Oh, with all the ducking and stuff.
because you got to duck.
Bouncing around.
Yeah.
Now, I'm aware that I've had something wrong with my knees for a while. Like, not to the alarming extent of, like, I need to get something done. I've just noticed inklings of, oh.
Oh.
I'm not
That's a lot of
25.
O's.
Not 25 anymore.
Were you feeling like Sergeant Terry after he did yoga on Brooklyn Nine-Nine? I'm gonna walk out with my normal signature tiny steps.
That's right. The first time I noticed something. The first time I noticed something. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, can I just say, I know I'm getting old, right? Because when I kneel down now, I have to make sure there's something nearby to help me pull myself up on.
Oh right.
That's,
No.
that's
I'm not
how I
there.
know I'm getting old.
I'm not there yet, but
You're not there.
I see, and I know I'm preaching to the choir here. I know that I'm not that old, and people are going, wait till this and wait till that. I know, right? I get it. But this is kind of the first time, and it's the first thing that my body's gone, hey, you're not going to do this anymore without letting me know about it, right?
Yeah. Let me ask you this: did you stretch before you played?
No, because that's the correct thing to do. So
Yeah, who does that?
who does that? That sounds dull and boring.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I've had some problems with my knees before. It's a weird problem I had before where I couldn't bend them, both of them, and this.
Yeah, that sounds like an issue.
Well, when I bent them, it felt like they was going to pop off, and it was straight after a steroid injection that I had for hay fever, right? And I said to the doctor, I said, "Yo, doc, what's up, fam?" And he was like, "Don't talk to me like that. I don't know you that well." And I said, "Listen, let's break it down for the kids here. I got these joint problems." And he says, "That's weird because this injection is actually, apart from its hay fever curing ability, it is also an injection to help joints. It's like by complete coincidence, it is an injection, a steroid injection that is known to help joint pain. So if anything, you should get the opposite. You shouldn't get any joint pain with this one." And I was like, "That's strange." Anyway, so he said, like, "I don't think it's related. I think you just lack of exercise." And I was like, "Fuck you, doctor. What the fuck do you know?"
You're lazy.
All right. With your degrees and your PhDs. Fuck you. So then
Yeah. Shut the up, kid. Except doctor.
I walked out, just flipping the bird behind me like that. Just, "Fuck you. See you next week for the injection." So anyway, so that was that. And then I remember I had that e-bike. Remember that?
I do.
Remember my e-bike?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Do you
electric
not
bike.
still have it?
How have you got rid of it?
No, it's in the shed. It's in the shed. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
No,
I'm
you're
gonna-
just pretending you haven't got it anymore. Is that
No,
what
no,
you
I've
mean?
still got it, and I'm still going to use it when it gets a little bit drier. But when I was putting that e-bike together, I was on my knees. It was in the living room. I was putting it together in the living room, obviously because the bike is clean, because it's brand new. And I was just kind of putting it together, and I was on my knees, and I noticed a little bit later on when I leant on my left knee, like
Yep.
it felt like someone had stabbed my knee.
Ooh.
And it was so painful, like unbearable, like the kind of pain where it disables you. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing
Yeah, that
else
does not
happening.
that really doesn't sound
Right.
good.
And I was like, "Oh, that's weird." And noticed that my knee was kind of, and this was again a lockdown problem. This was again, I hadn't really been moving a lot, not very active. And then I would get pins and needles in my feet and my legs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I rang the doctors, and he said, "Sounds like it's like your nerves being stimulated, you inactivity and stuff like that. So basically, you're just a lazy
wonder-
bastard,
so-
and you need to
Right,
move."
Like this hurts, but it's a good thing that you're taking action for it now because
Yeah.
Well,
it's you're only feeling the pain because you've been inactive
So-
before. It's not the
yeah,
activity
yeah.
that's hurting you.
no.
So it's basically saying your sedentary lifestyle is not great.
So basically, me sitting doing nothing is catching up with me, right?
Do you never go for walks or anything?
I do, and I confess I probably haven't gone for as many recently. And I really did try to go for a walk this weekend. I did, but it was raining all day on Saturday, and Colombo was on all day today, so I didn't do that.
Well, those are good reasons, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, you can't miss Colombo, can you? Well, I mean, what are you going to do?
Columbo.
The Forgotten Lady, where she's a film star trying to get her career back on track. Who done it?
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
who
That's a
did
good
it?
point. One more thing.
Yeah, that's where businessman Bob came from.
Yeah. And it was so I and then I played Beat Saber on Wednesday or something, and my knees are just absolutely done in. And Tara said to me, because she works in physio and all sorts of stuff, and her brother's also a physio. So she said, "Look, like if your knees are hurting, you shouldn't, because I'm stretching them and doing all this and moving them." She said, "You shouldn't do that. If they're hurting, you should let them heal and try again." So naturally, I do the right thing and don't listen to her.
Just carried on. By the way, is there not, and I could be wrong here, is there not a modifier in Beat Saber to get rid of the blocks?
I ain't doing that pussy shit because that means the Beat Saber wins.
Oh, okay. I'll just
No,
say
I think Stu, what it is that I don't want to not do it. I think I just have to be careful of trying to push myself. And basically
bend at the waist, bend at the waist.
I need to
not
get
in.
moving again, right? I need to get moving again. I need to do squats and stuff, but I need to do it very gradually. I have to be very careful because I need to do it enough for it to feel and go, "Oh yeah, that hurt again," but not enough for it to like do damage. But Tara did say to me, "Look, at this point, you've probably done enough damage where you're gonna have bad knees for life now, or you're gonna suffer." So,
Brilliant.
so that's
Just what you want to
encouraging.
hear.
But that's great.
It's fine. You're hooked, Chinny. Don't worry. It's fine.
Yeah, so now I'm at a pivotal point. Like I'm at a fork in a row. It's like, do I double down on the laziness, right?
Yeah.
And then just get new knees, all right? Like my teeth. Do you know what I mean? Like my teeth are screwed. All right? Do I just double down on the Coca-Cola and get new teeth,
Yeah,
or
keep the Coca-Cola, man.
do I just hang on to what I got? With my teeth, I think it's game over. Right, I think in about 5 years' time, I'm gonna have to spend $5,000 getting new
Hollow
teeth.
teeth. Hollow
Yeah.
I
teeth.
want to know when we're gonna have robotic exoskeletons, man. I could really
Yeah,
use one of them.
I
Put my brain
Yeah,
in a robot.
no, that would be a
I
thing.
don't have to worry about brushing my
The thing-
teeth. I don't have to worry
Yeah.
about exercising. I mean, come
Everything's
on.
just
It's
metal.
2021.
I want like
Do
nanobots
this.
to clean me
Repair,
constantly.
just repair you.
Like
just repair you
just
all the time.
nanobots to constantly clean my, like I never have to
But even
take a
that,
shower.
like, why do you need the nanobots? You shouldn't need them.
No, but like, with the how whales have those fish that constantly just like nibble away at them all the time and cleaning them, like little bots that you can't see, just constantly just like, oh, get rid of that. Yeah, we'll sort that out.
Stu, stinky poo in the chat. Random question. Back in the day, does anybody remember Monkey Island? And did you like it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that game. By the way, just before we do that one as well, Tainted Brain has got some advice for you, Ginny. Have you seen his advice?
The ground keeps getting further away when I drop something. I now think about whether I really need
There
it.
you go. I think that's great
you
advice.
go.
Do you need to pick it up? Or
Do I
can you
need to
just
pick
leave
it up?
Need it?
Do
So
I need to bend down? No,
all
it's fine.
that was just talking about Beat Saber itself. I have to say, Stu, right? I've got
Yeah.
a newfound respect for you
Oh, right, okay.
because on one of the songs, and I know you mainly play the dodgy version of Beat Saber.
Yeah, so I've only ever played the right at the very beginning, so I've barely played any of these.
But there's
songs.
one song that you've got expert plus score.
Oh yeah. I think I know which one it is, but I can't remember what it's called.
I don't know what it is, but whatever. But like, I'm looking on all the scores and like normal like hard expert and expert plus, and I was like, oh my god, Stu's got, and I play it and I can't finish it. All right, and I'm like,
yeah,
I
it's
can't
tough,
even
it's
finish
tough.
it. I can't even finish it, and I was trying all night. Tara was watching me. I was like, I've got to try and
Bless you.
finish
Bless
this
you.
fucking because Stu's done it, and Tara was like, yeah, I don't, he's probably practiced for a long time. So I'm gonna
No,
do it.
They're very difficult. They're very, very difficult.
They are very difficult. Expert. I was kind of holding my own on hard. When you get to expert and expert plus, that's when it gets a little bit ridiculous.
It does get.
I gotta
totally
say, that's an
ridiculous.
odd sentence. I was holding my own on hard. That sounds not appropriate for children.
No,
No.
probably isn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was sort of getting there, and I feel like I've
So
had.
did you get a sweat on? Here's the question.
I did get a sweat. Me and Tara was alternating,
Oh yeah.
and she was
okay.
always disgusted with the sweat in the
I know it's horrible. It is.
the
It's
VR.
horrible.
And I said, it's my sweat. It's like, it's my sweat. It doesn't matter. It's my sweat. And she's
It's
like, but it's
better-
still sweat. It's
Yeah,
disgusting.
the Quest 2 is slightly better because it's all plastic and stuff, whereas the original Quest had like material on the
Well,
outside.
what I do is I collect my sweat and squeeze it on her face when she's not looking.
Ah, nice,
God.
nice. I like it.
No, I'm not a massive sweater naturally. You know what I mean? I don't really sweat that much, but I'm not one of these people that have BO, and I don't really have like smelly feet or anything like that. But the VR Beat Saber did start to make me, sweat a bit. Yeah, so I was feeling it a bit, and I'm gonna carry on with it, Stu. And my goal at the moment is to finish that fucking song that you've
I
finished.
know,
on
yeah,
Expert
you're never
Plus.
gonna do it.
I
You're never
am
gonna do
because
it.
you've done
You're
it.
never gonna-
So
you're never
in my
gonna do
brain, I'm like, if Stu's done it, I can do
If I
it.
can do it, you can do
Yeah,
it.
I know I
That's
can.
right. I'm not letting Stu beat me on this.
Yeah.
Talk about
Let's
ego.
talk about Monkey Island. Yeah, we've got a question.
What? No, there's nothing to say about it. It's a fun
It's
game
just,
from back in the
it's
day.
one of the most amazing games
It's not
ever
that
made.
good. It's not
You
good.
start talking about that, I'll start talking about
Yes,
Myst.
No,
Oh.
no. Can we not talk about these fucking shitty games that we used
Yeah,
to
I'm
play?
gonna-
Well, there's no
Well,
reason to
weirdly-
talk about it.
I'm not banging on about
Weirdly-
GoldenEye. I can accept that I liked GoldenEye
Weirdly-
and GoldenEye
Whoa,
shit
spin the
now.
wheel.
Whoa.
Spin
Whoa.
the wheel.
Whoa.
Ah.
Spinning the wheel.
He's spinning that wheel.
Stu.
Yeah, I'm going to talk.
See,
I'm going to talk about. I haven't put it. I forgot to put it in the.
oh, fuck you.
I forgot to put it in the show notes. But I've been playing Myst this week.
Oh, Jesus
you really?
Christ.
No way.
Which one?
Because,
Which one?
Myst VR, of course.
Right. Okay.
Of
Because
course.
they brought out a VR version of Myst. So I'm like, I'm going to buy this game and play it because I really loved that on iPad. That was the first time I ever
Classic.
played it. Because Jew went, Stu, you got to play Myst. It's amazing, right? So I was like, oh, yeah, I'll play this game.
And I was
so,
right.
yeah, you were totally right. You were totally right.
Yeah.
What's cool is, as well, when you get the game, you get like the home environment for free to go with your Quest, which puts you in like the library. So you've got the library as a home environment in the Quest, so you can sit in the library, which is pretty cool. I know.
Well, I mean, look,
it's just a
don't
thing.
you have that in the game?
Yeah, but you can just sit there. You're not actually in the game. You're in the
I don't
library.
understand
and,
how it's any different from just going into the library.
because you have access to all your menus and stuff, which is cool because
Oh, I see. Okay, fine.
you can bring up the web browser and read a book in the library in Mist, right? Because you can load up
I mean,
Kindle
fine.
on a web browser and you can sit and read and have some music on in the
Like
background.
anybody
It's cool.
fucking gives
Shut
a
up.
shit.
Here's the thing though, right? I loaded it up and
Yes.
I'm like thinking, I've played this game before. I know what I'm doing. This isn't a problem. I know how to solve all these stupid
Yeah.
puzzles and stuff.
No, you don't.
And no, I don't. I'm just pressing buttons and shit like I did the first time and going, I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh,
And
wait a
so
minute.
far, I haven't.
This thing with the stone is different. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, there's randomized puzzles now. So you can randomize the
Oh,
puzzles, which I did.
interesting.
And part of me is now thinking maybe I shouldn't have done
Mm,
because I have no idea what I'm doing now. And I'm wandering
interesting.
around and I'm pressing buttons and I'm going, yeah, this is cool. Going like, oh, here's a book, press the book. Oh, here's a. Now, what they have got, like, got rid of, which I'm a bit disappointed with. The
Don't tell me they got
FMV
rid of the sound maze.
No, they've got rid of the FMV in the books.
Oh,
So it's
really?
yeah, so it's like computer graphics now as opposed to like
What?
real. I
What do
know.
you mean it's computer
I
graphics?
I
So it's like a
know.
digitized version of the dude?
Yeah, it's just like a hand,
What?
like a graphically drawn.
Can he find
per-
that? I need to see somebody looking in the book, see how different it is.
Yeah, it's not good. You'll be
That's
not
so
happy.
weird.
Not happy.
Well, I mean, you give some things in and you take some things out, I guess.
I guess.
I
But
guess.
other than that, do you know what? It's
Yeah, that
there you
right
go.
there.
There you go. There you go.
Well, no, that
Look.
is FMV though. It's the
No,
same
it's
video.
not. It's not. Honestly, trust me. It's not.
Well, it's just digitally. Maybe it's not. I don't know.
No, it isn't.
looks very similar.
Yeah, they've done a
Look at
good
the
job.
subtitles. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't get very far. I was a bit crap and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? I hid in the fireplace for a bit, but that didn't do anything. And I was like, I can't remember what you meant to do in here.
Of course, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Nothing made sense, man. I did that. I pulled the handle and shit and it spun round and then like there was something else happened. And I was like, oh, here's a book. Yeah. Part of me thinks, have I just become a bit stupid as I've got older?
Yes.
I don't
Well, here's part of it though. I think when I go back to a puzzle game that I've already done, there's a part of my brain that says, I've already done this. I'm going to be able to walk right through it. But no, you still have to solve the puzzles. And whereas you've solved them and therefore you think, oh, I've already solved these. I know exactly how to do them. No, you have to figure many of them out again. You've forgotten a lot of the steps and a lot of the information that you need. So
Yes,
I think there's a
have.
very strong disconnect between what we think is going to happen when we go back into a puzzle game that we've already beaten and what actually happens.
I think you're absolutely right, dude. And I haven't been back to it since because I thought, screw that shit. I don't know what I'm
Screw
doing
that.
anymore. Screw
What
that.
do I look like? A guy who's not lazy?
Yeah, I'm not doing that no more. What I might do, because there is obviously the really cool guide, which you gave me the first time around,
Yes.
which just gives you hints. It just gives you subtle hints.
That's right.
So I might look at a few of them, get myself going, and then maybe I'll be okay.
There you go. If it's and its website is uhs-hints.com. They got
That's
a lot
true.
of games. They're not the newest games. Like most new games aren't on there, but a lot of classic old games are. Skyrim.
That being said, they've done a really good job of transferring it into VR. It is really cool walking around Mist Island, and interactivity and all that stuff works really, really well. They've thought about the interface and how everything works, and yeah, I think it's like kind of a really good game for VR. It's a good fit.
Yeah.
just
oh,
works.
sure. I can see that. Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry.
it
I hate
does.
to interrupt, but like I'm looking at the hints for Skyrim, and it's not hints. It's just search the abandoned house. Go
Yeah, it tells
this
you what-
way. Follow
tells
him
you what to
around.
do.
It's a walkthrough. That's not what this website's for. You stupid.
Oh no! You see, everything gets
stupid
ruined in the
people.
end.
I guess. Ugh.
Everything gets ruined. But yeah, it's good. It's good. If
Yay,
you've got VR and you've never played Mist, this is a good time to get it, I guess.
It's such a great game. For those who don't know, this is one of the only games I've ever bought like toys related to. I bought a
Yeah,
Mist
you-
book
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, but
And
it's
that's
that
got
and
the has that got
Fallout
the
lunchbox.
has that got the FMV in it? Have you got the
Oh yeah,
FMV
oh
in
yeah,
your
oh
book?
absolutely. If I had
See?
charged it, I would make it available, but it's not playing. So
Oh, you see, novelty wore off.
well, it doesn't make sense to keep it charged if it's just gonna sit on my desk or on my bookshelf
Suppose.
over there.
Suppose.
I need to bring it to school and show it off for that one kid in 600
Who,
who's ever
who
heard
gets
of
it? Who gets
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Yay!
It's a missed book. Get your grubby hands
Oh
off.
my God.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
well,
So there you go, Miss
I'm
VR
glad to hear
people.
you're playing it.
Yeah,
Yay,
buy it if you
missed.
want to feel stupid.
No, you want a challenge to overcome. That's the key.
Yeah, yeah.
Spin that
it is.
wheel, buddy.
Spin the wheel.
Spinning.
I mean, it's me, isn't it? Because y'all each win.
Yeah, it is. It's just you.
Yeah, it's you.
Right,
It landed
okay.
on me, but it's you.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you.
So I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Online.
Oh yeah.
But there's nothing to really say. I'm back up to like $12 in gold now because I've got the dailies, I got the multiplier, I got the multiplier. You like how I said that? Yeah, I got the tradesman or the trader role, which I must say I thought was going to be more interesting. All it is like bring me a lot of carcasses,
Yeah.
and then here's a wagon full of stuff to
Pretty
transport.
much.
And as soon as you bring it to this other person to sell it, there's always people trying to kill the people you're selling it to. What's that about? Most people who sell things, even in the Old West, were just riding the wheelbarrow there, and then it's like, here's your stuff. And that was the end of it. I don't understand why they had to include people trying to kill each other in these trader quests, because it should just be buying and selling stuff. So anyway, moving right along, just since that was only 5 seconds, I might as well talk about Destiny 2, because as you all know, I was like, hey, there is some content. There's not a whole lot of content. Yeah, well, you know what? There's really not a whole lot of content at all. So
I just want to say, fuck this game. I'm done.
what I
You
need
were
to do is
fooling
buy.
yourself, dude. Fooling yourself.
I guess I kind of was. I need to buy some of the DLC because otherwise there's no story content. There's no real content for single players anymore. But I don't want to pay full price because I'm a cheapskate.
Cheapskate.
And I just got some money from my mom for my birthday, but there's a part of me that's like, I don't want to give them full price, especially since I already bought the game. I feel like I got cheated by Destiny. So I was like, whatever. Borderlands 2.
Of course, why
So I
not?
actually went back to Borderlands 2, and that is a really fun game. So I played a little bit of that. But the other game I've been playing, and this I'll end here for this phase of my discussion, is Starbound was on sale recently. And I was like, ooh, I never wrote a review for that. Let me write a review. And as I'm writing the review, I'm like, oh, I remember that game. And so I started up again on Starbound. Oh my God, this game is so good. For those who don't know, Starbound is kind of like Terraria. It's sort of a 2D Minecraft, but with the added twist of you're going from world to world in your spaceship. And it starts off with just like mining, and you get coal, and then you get iron, and you can make yourself some armor and a better sword and this and that. But quickly you're like going through this mysterious gateway, and you're in the outpost, and there's all these weird characters giving you quests, and you're trying to find the keys to open this big gate to destroy the big monster and all this. And yeah, there's some really hard challenges in that game. I've done this one, and I still haven't been able to get it. Where you get it early on, and it's like there's a penguin in a UFO, and he just kicks your ass. And I need better armor before I'm gonna beat him. It's just not. I tried it like 10 times. It's not happening.
Wow.
So,
Can I
but it's a
just
really fun
say?
game.
Can I just
Yes.
say? Paul in the chat says he has VR but not using much. What he needs, Chinny, is poker.
That's
what he
right.
needs.
Yeah.
That's right, Paul. Get the poker downloaded and come play poker with us. Then
That's
you'd know what
right.
it's all about. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Radio.
Yeah. So Starbound is awesome. It's not changed, but here's some advice. If anybody does play Starbound, there's a mod that allows you to teleport back to your ship even when you're underground. Because normally what you're supposed to do is go dig underground and get, ores and fight monsters and stuff, and then jump back up so that you can teleport back to your ship from the surface of the planet. Screw that. Who wants to spend all that time hopping back up in order to get to the surface of the planet? You put this mod in, you tunnel down as far as you want, and then it's time to get back up. Woo! You go back up to your ship.
Is
It's
that
a
the
really
noise it
good
makes
mod.
when it happens?
It is. Actually, that's not
Woo!
the noise it makes. I do have the sound of the noise it makes. You ready?
Yep.
That's the
There you
sound. It's great.
Perfect.
So anyway, that's Starbound. I had nothing else to say about it. It's awesome.
Rainy
Lot of
Lamb in
fun.
the
2D.
chat says, "Have you guys tried Vigor free on the PlayStation Store? Have downloaded it, not tried it yet.
Never
Anybody
heard
know
of
if
it.
it's good? Maybe review next week if you get a
I'll
chance.
Give it a go. I'll give it
Well,
a
it's
go.
the right
That
price
reminds
for
me, what's the
Stu.
epic free game?
Yeah, it says free. You know, I'm up for free. Vigor. Let's have a look. I don't know what it is. I don't even know what it is. There we
Epic.
go. Vigor.
Free, free, no charge.
Yeah. It looks interesting. What is that?
On the Epic Game Store, it's Dandara is the free game. What the hell is Dandara?
Dunno.
Ooh, For the King
Wow.
is coming soon. That's a good game. Everybody should get that when it's free.
Oh, okay. It's an online looter shooter.
Looter shooter.
Looter shooter. By Bohemia Interactive. Originally developed for the Xbox One as of July 2020. It's also available on Nintendo Switch.
It looks like PUBG meets, I don't know, Borderlands maybe.
Yeah. This is more your kind of game, I would have said, Chinny, than mine.
I don't like loot games very much.
Yeah.
It looks like PUBG, but I'm guessing it's not quite like PUBG. I'm gonna hazard a guess that it's wank.
It's got good reviews. To be
Sure, it
fair.
has. I might be wrong, but this is my quick impression. It looks wank, but I'll play it.
No swank.
My review of I've never played it. I've seen it for 5 seconds, which is more than most people.
The goal is to stay alive and build a shelter that will protect the player against the harsh environment.
It does sound like
Okay.
my kind of game actually.
These are, by the way, it's made by the guys who made Armor and DayZ and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
Bohemia Interactive.
Yeah, so you know, it's got potential promise, I guess.
But are they known
You know,
for crafting?
these guys know what they're doing.
Well, they always make jank games. So I'll give them that.
So did CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, that's
I knew
true.
what they were doing.
Yeah, all the time. They're the experts. I know
Nobody
what they're
gets a
doing.
free pass, man. Except
Yeah.
Bethesda, because they've never made a bad game.
What?
Oh, he's looking forward to your review next week now, Chinny. You've got to commit
Yeah,
now.
you got no excuse.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
excuse
Spin
is
the wheel.
I can't be arsed, but I will try and think about
Come on.
it,
Good
Scott.
excuse.
Give it a
actually.
go. Give it a go.
Alright.
Come on.
The wheel, spinning the wheel. It's me by a gnat's penis,
And
but
that's
it's me.
penis.
I finished that Black Ops Cold War thing.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
finally.
Okay.
I had one more.
3 weeks, was it?
Yeah, I had one more level left. And last week my thing was, hey, you know, don't buy it, but it's not bad. Just don't buy it. It's just very generic and boring.
Now your review is it's bad.
My review now is, man, the last hour or so of this game is fucking dog shit.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
It's just so.
That is hard.
Hey, you
Hard.
think
Real
Tenant
hard.
is up its own arse? Like, you should play this
Definitely.
shit because Tenant looks like, I don't know, Hamlet compared to this.
A masterpiece. A masterpiece.
Yeah,
in
it's
comprehension.
it's bad. It's a bad ending. It's like, so I'm gonna spoil it, and if anybody's going, oh my god, Chinny, don't spoil
no.
it. It's like me trying to spoil the Teletubbies for you. Do you know what I mean? It's like so stupid that, like, for me to tell you what happens, like the fun in Call of Duty is just shooting people in the face, really. So all these characters I'm supposed to remember from other Black Ops games, which I don't, clearly. But all these characters have been in other Black Ops games, blah, blah, blah. You play as some guy called Soap. Not Soap, Bell. Soap's from the other one.
I was gonna say soap, man.
No, Bell, right? And then, like, you are
See, it's bad when you don't even know what you were doing in the
okay,
game.
so it basically does what are those kind of agents where like sleeper agents, right?
Oh yeah.
You know when you get
deep undercover.
you know when like you don't even know that you're an agent and then you get activated and that kind of stuff. I think you're one of those,
Yeah.
right?
Ah.
But basically the game does a BioShock, right? And it goes, every time I said this sentence, you just did whatever I told you to, you stupid dick.
Oh my god.
Right. and the I think the sentence was like, "We've got a job to do" or something like that. And the game flashes back to all the times.
All the times you said,
That would be a terrible thing, man. Because if like somebody comes in to, your wife is like, "Hey, we gotta take the trash out. We got a job to do." Start killing people.
Yeah.
That's not the most unusual phrase ever.
No.
In the Manchurian Candidate, it's "Why don't you have a game of solitaire?" Which is a pretty unusual phrase. But this one is like, "You want some of my popcorn?"
Yeah. All I said, we got a job to do to clean the kitchen, and you just killed our neighbours. So weird. So anyway, that happens, and then he's like they inject your fucking eye or something, and they, whatever. Who cares, right? And you relive your memories, and it turns out all your memories that you've played of you in Vietnam and stuff never happened to you.
Oh my God, implanted.
These memories were implanted to make you think that you were who they told you who you were, and so you do this Vietnam mission, all right, and it's like you do it, and it says then you went to the left, and obviously you can go to the left or you can go to the right, and if you go to the right, which is probably what most people do, it goes, "What are you doing? Go back." And then you keep going. And you're like, "This is
like
not
the Stanley Terrible, man."
Yeah,
You don't really have free will.
pretty much.
No free will, man,
So-
because they said, we got a job to do.
And then so it's in 2021 or 2020 when this game came out. That shit just isn't shocking to me at all.
Can I
Like,
just say, right, Ginny,
boring.
I am so sorry to interrupt.
Yes,
but
fine.
you're already being interrupted by fucking keyboard noises in the background. It sounds like
Yeah,
someone
really,
doing a
Stu,
tap dance.
why are you typing on the keyboard, Stu?
Yeah, flipping heck, dude. What are you doing?
on.
It's like.
It's because I'm grading papers, is why.
Yeah, well,
you're not a
mute,
teacher. You wouldn't
mute
understand.
yourself. Mute.
I don't have a
Jesus
mute
Christ.
key.
Yes, you do. It's on the fucking Discord.
On your mother. Oh wait, there, I found the mute key.
Jesus.
So
Christ.
so
Anyway, carry on, Ginny. I'm very sorry for interrupting.
may I carry on?
You may.
Thank you.
If Stu's done being rude.
So it does that, right? It does that trick, but it does that trick for.
like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted.
It does that trick for around about half an hour. Like
Oh,
it's,
okay.
It's half an hour of you that level of like, and then you did this, and then it makes you do the same level but with a grenade launcher, and then the same level with some other weapon, and you're walking down a corridor, and when you turn around, it's all changed. So it does like the Stanley Parable sort of stuff, and it's so boring and so dull.
It sounds.
And in 2020,
Sounds amazing.
this stuff isn't shocking anymore. In 2007, when Portal came out, this was like, oh my god. And in 2007, when Bioshock came out, this was like, oh my god. But it's 13 years later, we don't get shocked by that stuff. It's so boring. And the reason why Call of Duty Modern Warfare last year was so good is because it played it straight, right? It didn't do any of this mad shit. And I know the Black Ops franchise has always been a little bit creepier and a little bit weirder, but it's just so crap. And I was like,
It's just so crap.
I was just so done with it. And I was like, I can't believe that they fucked it up so much. They just needed to tell
Well,
a
let me ask you a
decent
question.
Call of Duty story with a little bit of weirdness. Not too much, just a little bit, and then that would have been fine.
Let me ask you a question. Is it not even saved by the gameplay?
The
just
game,
sort
well,
of
the
just playing
gameplay
game?
at this point is it, everybody knows what it is. It's Call of Duty. It's good, but I suppose where Call of Duty feels great is when you. I think the best levels in Call of Duty is like when you are made to feel like you are a very special part of this army or force or whatever it is. The best levels in the original Call of Duty 4 was all gillied up, and the sniper level that came with that, and one of the best missions in the last year's Call of Duty, or 2 years, the 2019 Call of Duty, was that you're going through this flat in London, and you're all tight knit on these stairs, and you're just clearing rooms. It's one of the most amazing levels in the game, and it doesn't have this massive spectacle and fanfare and explosions, you are just made to feel like you're part of this crew, and you are effective as fuck, and you're brilliant. You know,
You're just doing your job.
and that's where the game of Call of Duty just is brilliant, and you feel like amazing at being a I don't know, like a army spy dude, whatever you are in Call of Duty. But these levels are just, you know, like the snow one, and then the one on the streets, and it just so much boring stuff with all the characters, and it's just badly done, and I didn't like it. And I think after Black Ops 3, this is probably the worst Call of Duty I've ever played.
Damn.
Wow.
Like worse than Ghosts.
Worse than Ghosts. I think they tried harder with Ghosts. I think if we look back on Ghosts, like Ghosts was just, it wasn't a great Call of Duty, but back then, like, it was probably a poor one. But this is, I mean, they tried to jazz it up in this one, but I didn't like it at all. I
can't even talk because I haven't been I haven't played a single player Call of Duty since, I don't even remember. I guess Black Ops 2 maybe.
I think if you played Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the 2019 one, Duke, you would be impressed. I think you would be like, hey, this is exactly what I would want from a Call of Duty game. I feel awesome. The gameplay is great. The story is what it is. You know, nothing special, but at the same time, you know, it's fine. You know, but like this, it's just kind of trying too hard. It's up its own arse a little bit. I don't know. It's all over the place, and it's bad. So it's a no from me, I'm afraid, with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Right, spin the wheel, I guess.
Do 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 do. Why does it always land on me twice? Land on me 3 times.
Lady.
Oh, that's close enough. Stu.
Right, okay.
We should just go in a circle.
So, this week, apart from feeling very stupid playing Myst VR, right, I have mainly been playing this little game that came out in December called Cyberpunk of the 2077. Okay.
Yeah, with Keanu Reeves.
And not only have I been playing it this week, but I finished that shit.
Oh, okay.
I have finished Cyberpunk 2077. It took me 36 hours.
Yay! You're
36
done.
hours.
Hooray.
Yeah.
Now, how much of the game did you say you complete? Just the story?
Mainly the story. I did quite a few of the side missions, so I have done a few side missions, but I've still got a few to do. Now, not to break from tradition, even in the very final, not the final cutscene, but the sort of running up to the final bits you're doing, I was traveling in a car, okay, and the bonnet extended into the inside of the car, and literally just the head of the driver was poking up through this silver bonnet.
Yeah.
And my head was poking up.
Of course.
And I'm getting to the point, right, where even after however many patches they've done for this game, you know, it's still broken as fuck.
Yes.
Sounds like
I had other issues. I mean, I honestly to God, right, I loaded up my save, right? So like The Witcher before it, you get to a point where it says, this is the point of no return.
This is it.
This is it. If you go beyond this point, you will be no longer able to complete any of the side missions you've got and all this stuff, right? So it gives you all the warnings and all that stuff. So I did that anyway. I went through that, had a few more auto saves and a manual save. Came to load up the game again to continue playing it. And it took, right, no word of a lie, probably up to 5 minutes to load my save up.
Nice.
Right, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And at one point, I'm like, my save must be corrupted because it's just not doing it. It's just, and then eventually it just did it, and it took forever, right? And I'm like, fucking hell. So I got back into the game, got a bit further on, had a few more saves, and then it was fine. So I have no idea why it did that. It was just the weirdest thing. So lots and lots of issues. That continues to be the trend with this game, no matter what they've patched or what they've done. But story-wise, ending-wise, it was pretty good. I've got to say, I was fairly satisfied with the ending. I've kind of liked the story throughout most of the game. The main storyline's pretty good. Lots of shit goes down. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I really quite like it. I mean, well, I don't know why, but I always feel like I have to link to the worst glitches in the game sort of video for when I'm talking about this. I must admit, I haven't had anything as bad as what this looks like at all. You know, some of the stuff on screen here, I haven't had any of that sort of stuff.
People are blinking in and out. The traffic's just vanishing. There's
some of the cars just look like, I don't know, they don't even look like cars.
I definitely had the cops spawning behind me in the house that I was in problem.
Yeah, I've not had any of that sort of badness, as it were. Most of the time it was fairly smooth. Like I say, the worst things that had happened, it was just I had another 2 crashes to desktop when I was doing the final 3 hours, you know, when I was into the end game. So I had that happen another couple of times. It's just broken. It's so hard, right? I love the game and I really enjoyed the story, but it's so difficult to recommend to anybody in the state that it currently is in.
Mm-hmm.
It's just never... it's never got any better, and I know they're working on it, and I know they're trying to fix it, but this game should never, ever, ever have been released in the state that it's in.
No, it's just we've been doing podcasts for a long time, and we've seen some games that have been ropey at launch. I remember Red Dead Redemption was very, very ropey at launch. I remember Fallout 4 being very, very ropey at launch. Witcher 3, it's not uncommon for them to be a bit buggy, and you know, and sometimes it's like funny bugs and things like this. And these are funny bugs in this game, but I don't think I've ever seen a game so unfinished, this high level, this AAA.
No,
in
and
my life.
I think that's the thing. I think if it comes from a lesser developer, you know, who you'd expect not to be that great, then you kind of accept it almost. When I know you shouldn't, but you're kind of like, well, they're a bit shit, you know, so what are you expecting? But when you've got a developer that's, you know, highly regarded and, you know, one of the most anticipated games of probably the last 5 years or so, and it's released in the state that it is unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's totally unacceptable. You know, even for me, you know, and I'm saying, I'm all right because I'm on PC. But even on PC, although it's obviously a lot better than the console version, I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the burning car driving along.
Yeah.
Even though it's better, there's still a multitude of issues with it. You know, that final cutscene just says it all, really. The fact that I'm sat in a car trying to take this game seriously with a driver with just his head hovering above what looks like a piece of sheet metal. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? This
that's
game
the thing is that it's one thing if there's an occasional problem, it's another if it really breaks the immersion and makes you, you know,
totally. I mean, you could. I mean, it's like the very sort of emotional bit towards the beginning of the game, and he pulls a bloody gun out of his head instead of a cyber chip or whatever, and it's like, what the fuck? What is this? And then they do this weird thing at the end, right? So you go through all the final missions, so 3 hours of gameplay. I gained tons of XP. You got some really cool like weapons and stuff picked up, you know, in the final levels and stuff, and some new gear and kit and all that stuff. So the game finishes, so that all ends, and then he goes, do you want to exit to menu, or do you want to carry on gigging or jobbing or whatever? You want to carry on playing the game? So I'm like, oh, okay then. Yeah, I want to carry on playing because, you know, I don't know what it'll let me do now, but I'll do that anyway. So it clicks on carry on playing. You know what it does? So what would you expect to happen?
It's like Super Mario Brothers. When you finish it, it's like, we're going to put you back at the beginning, only with harder enemies.
No, I think it can either put you before the main mission, or it just puts you in the world and there's no missions anymore, and you.
Yeah, I remember there was some game. There was like you can continue playing out. You finish the game, but it was just like always sitting there, like, you ready for the final mission? You ready for the final mission? I'm like, no, don't do that. Red Dead 2, for all of its flaws, did it well with like, okay, now you can just play forever as this, you know.
So what about? Okay, here's the question: what about all the XP and cool items and stuff?
Well, you'd expect
still be able to use that to level up, right?
Yeah, you should usually keep all that shit. No. So what it literally does, puts you at the auto save directly before the final mission.
Yeah.
But you lose all the XP you gained, all the stuff you'd picked up, everything's gone, right? So then
Wait,
he
all the
said,
stuff you picked up throughout the game, or just at the
no,
final mission?
the final 3 hours. So all the stuff you
Oh.
gained and picked up.
3
and-
hours.
Yeah, final 3 hours
Holy
of the game.
crap.
Point to no return is 3 hours.
God
Right.
damn.
So all that shit you got is just gone, right? I'm like, what the fuck, right? And then it says this little message comes up and says, for completing the story of Cyberpunk, we have put some items in your inventory. So I'm like, ooh, this will be cool. If you give me some cool shit, that's cool. You know, finish the game. Maybe I didn't.
Let me
keep
guess,
all
it's
that
not
stuff.
cool stuff.
No, right? I got fucking Johnny Silverhand's fucking scummy vest, right?
That sounds great.
And these sunglasses.
Yeah.
And the gear I had was better than the stuff it gave me.
Dude, you got
And I'm
free
just like,
sunglasses though, man. That
what
sounds awesome. I want
The
sunglasses.
hell is this?
See, the only footage I've seen of the game is like 10 seconds worth in commercials, and then all of these bugs that Chinny's constantly playing every week. So when I sit down to play this game finally in a year, I'm gonna be like, "This game is amazing." There's
Well,
no
because
bugs
you'll not
at
see
all.
any of this stuff.
Well, I'll see one every 2 hours or something. but
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking it's gonna be nothing but people riding next to their motorcycles.
That's exactly what you've.
You almost want a game
Anyway,
to
sorry,
be released like this.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like if Gary's mod didn't have so much fidelity to physics.
I would love it
Um,
if a game just went, you know what, we're gonna keep the bugs in, but it's gonna be part of the whole gimmick of the game. You know?
Yeah.
Dude.
I am glad. Look, I am glad I played it. Right. I am also
Are
glad.
you glad you played it at? Are you glad you played it at launch though?
Yeah, I'm all right. I mean,
Really?
I got through it. I mean, there were a few times I must admit where I thought this is gonna be the end of like a game-breaking bug too far. You know, this is gonna be it.
Which is not really thoughts that you should have while playing a game.
Yeah, exactly.
No. But I got through it and I got to the end and I'm glad I did.
You did
And
get
I'm
through
also
it.
very glad I only paid 20 quid for it, you know, just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
But-
Well, I paid full price for this game, and
Yeah.
I was like used to. I was playing it, going, "Oh, I'll keep at it. I'll keep at it. You know, I'll keep playing it." And I just got to a point where it wasn't. I wasn't getting bugs like this. I just found it like quite, just a bit janky and a little bit like, God, like why? You know, you play Red Dead and you play this, and like the characters speak to you like you're a human being.
Yeah.
You know, like they react to you properly. They don't have like
Yeah,
3
even
lines
that
of
stuff's not
dialogue.
great in the game. It
Like
isn't.
they have like 1 line of dialogue or something. The NPCs, they don't do anything. It's not. And when you
No.
play Red Dead Redemption, like it feels like a real world.
You can
know?
almost have a full-on conversation with
yeah.
someone.
And I just think that's what a game that has been in development for 7-8 years should feel like. You know.
Well, that's what Rockstar has spoiled you in that regard.
Yeah, they have, I suppose. But like, just because they've set a new bar doesn't mean that I should lower my bar for another game.
Right, and CD Projekt Red in The Witcher 3, you have some good conversations.
The Witcher, yeah.
They know how to do it.
They did it in The Witcher 3. That's the
here?
that's the
Right,
perplexing thing is because they.
Yeah.
But the problem is that like where Rockstar started with a game that was rich in the world. You know, they always their GTA games were dense open worlds. You know, open worlds that had a lot of NPCs and a lot of cars and vans and planes and systems going on. So that was Rockstar's starting point, and then they ventured into a Cowboy Wild West game, which is very sparse and empty, which is easier to do. So CD Projekt Red went the other way. They started in a game which had pockets of density and cities and things, but then had masses of just nothingness. And now they've gone to a game kind of like GTA, where it's absolutely full of people and cities and cars and systems that they're not used to making, and they wasn't ready to release it, and they just didn't. I feel like this, not that they didn't know what they're doing, they were just dipping their toe in a new pond that they had no idea what was in there. Sort of
Well,
thing.
and they probably didn't realize. I mean, I assume they didn't realize how big of an undertaking it was going to be, given. I mean, look.
I'm just laughing
Witcher-
at this shadow of him swimming.
yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Witcher 3 is a big step ahead from Witcher 2, but you're building on the same blocks that you created your foundation with the previous game. So there's so much more they needed to do from scratch for Cyberpunk.
So this video that I'm
That's
showing,
probably
this
what
is
they're undertaking.
this is a YouTuber called Crowbat, and he does a lot of these things. You know, when Ubisoft they show something at E3 and then he shows what the actual game is. He does a lot of these videos. Every time he posts a video, it gets like 1 million views instantly. And what he's doing here is he's showing the game alongside not just GTA 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2, but he's showing the game alongside Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Mafia 1 and what's the other game? Saints Row 1. And they were doing things better in those games that Cyberpunk doesn't do, because it's not about the graphics, it's about the systems and the rules that you build for the game.
And is it fun to play? That's the other thing. Like, for all of its flaws, San Andreas was really fun to play.
Yeah, and it just I just think like you said, they didn't know what they're getting into. Like little things. For me, it was just little things. Like in the video here, they show you like if you shoot in the water, it doesn't even make a splash. And I know it's so minimal,
it is totally ridiculous,
but it's just like, what are you doing? Like the games have figured this out years ago.
It's attention to detail.
It's attention
isn't
to
it?
that's
the thing.
That's what Rockstar absolutely thrive
They just
on.
nail it.
And anybody who hates on Red Dead for its pace and how slow it is, and I get it, right? I'm not going to argue with that, but you cannot.
You're right
argue.
to hate on it for those reasons.
Yeah, but like here, he's just compared it to Lego City Undercover on this video, right? And something that Lego City Undercover is actually a good game, but something that Lego City Undercover does that Cyberpunk doesn't is when you stop a car in the middle of the road, the NPCs in Lego City Undercover will go round the block car like a normal person, whereas in Cyberpunk they just pile up, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Right.
It's
But
just,
I mean, okay, so to be fair,
stuff, isn't it? I suppose.
Right. To be fair, I mean, because Lego City Undercover had fewer pieces to move around, they could focus on things like that. Whereas in this game, you know, Cyberpunk, I feel like they've got so much shiny stuff, so much design elements that they want to really emphasize, that the stuff that's more quality of life tweaks, like cars moving around you, they were like, I'm not going to make that a priority, which they should have. And I agree with what you said, Chinny. It's not about the graphics. It's about the process of, you know, making sure that the game's
fun.
World makes sense. And
But it's making a world that feels real.
So here,
and that's what they're very good at.
So here, there's a comparison. So in the trailers for Cyberpunk, they say you can live your life and be who you want to be, and it shows you clips of like robbing stores and going to strip clubs and buying all your stuff, and you can live in different apartments. Here it shows you Cyberpunk footage of a guy who throws a grenade into a shop, and because your weapons disappear in a shop, the grenade does nothing. It just blows up on the woman, and it doesn't kill her. She doesn't react. Then it shows you a clip of Saints Row 1 in 2006 of a guy going into a shop, holding the gun up to the clerk, and he puts his hands up, takes you to the back to the safe, and you rob the safe. Like, compare those two experiences.
Well, and I remember that being in Saints Row 1, and then like in playing a GTA game and not being able to do that. And I was like, it seems like such an automatic thing to do.
Yeah.
Every store, you ought to be able to rob it.
Well, you can in GTA 5, they changed that. And in Red Dead Redemption 2, in Red Dead Redemption 2, you can go in there, you know, you go into a store, you hold the gun up. You see, you don't get the option, but if you hold the gun up, yeah, you can rob them. But if you rob the right store, you can even rob the back door or the poker game that's going on in the back, and you didn't even know about that. And it's just...
See, I don't even want to rob shopkeepers, man. I'm being a good person.
Well, the other thing in Red Dead, by the way, that I noticed. So what happens? What does the game do if you shoot a shopkeeper in the head? So this shopkeeper...
Presumably they can't die.
Because you can't do it.
So in any normal game, you would probably come back and that shopkeeper would just be back. And your game logic says, well, that's obvious that should happen because, you know, what's the game supposed to do? Like, give me an infinite amount of... So you allow that kind of dip in reality, right? In Red Dead 2, if you shoot a shopkeeper in the head, they come back with a bandage around their head, and they say, "Look, if you try that again, I'm going to close the store."
And do they?
I don't know. I don't think they do. But the fact that they have a bandage around their head.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah, I
true.
mean,
That is a
because
good,
that's
that's a
gonna
good
fix the
attention to
bullet wound.
detail.
But I know. But I
I think
suppose.
it'd be cool as if you go back and it's like a kid there and he's like really destitute and he's like, my father got murdered by somebody. I have to
Bro,
run the store now. My
the-
life sucks.
Red Dead is full of things that they never needed to do in any
Right.
at any point,
Yeah.
and it's just
Yeah.
it's littered with them.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, you mentioned the whole robot thing. So.
Yeah.
All right, are we done with
Anything else on
Cyberpunk?
Yeah, I
Cyberpunk?
mean,
About it?
No, Final Thoughts is it's a really good story, you know. And I know we've been doing a lot of hating on Cyberpunk and sort
'cause
of
it's fun.
pointing out all the shit stuff, but
Yes.
it's a decent story. You know, the story is decent, and most of the time on PC, right? And I've looked at some of the footage on console, and it is truly shocking. I mean, it looks like a bloody PS2 game at some point. But on PC, you know, it looks fine. It does look fine, and most of the time it plays okay as well. So I just wish it had been more polished. I wish they'd have not released it until it was ready to
So,
release.
for
Also,
Eric's
Matthew Alexander just said in the chat, "Good evening.
Yeah.
Based on some of the truly brilliant bits in Cyberpunk, I can't help but wonder what an excellent game it could have been with another year." of
Yeah.
development."
And it might be in another year. You know, in another year's time, for all those people who get around to playing it then, it'll probably be fine. You
For-
know?
for
Hey, No
Eric's-
Man's Sky is well liked on Steam.
For Eric's benefit here, I've just put some normal gameplay of
Normal footage. The
Normal.
difference is astounding, to be fair.
normal
I
game.
appreciate that.
So,
you know.
But every time I flick forward, it's either somebody talking to you or you're doing the free cam stuff.
That does
There's
happen.
not a lot of
Actually,
shooting.
You know, to be fair, you know, the sort of, I don't know, I can't remember what it's called now, the brain dance thing.
Yes.
Those two bits you do at the beginning of the game, it goes through all this massive tutorial
Yeah, I love that.
to show you how to do a brain dance, and then I think I only did it one more time in the whole game.
Well, I did it for the tutorial. I did it in that kind of apartment, you know, that apartment store.
Yeah.
And I thought, I mean, I only played about, I don't know, 10 hours of the game, but I thought that was like the best, like that was the shining bit in the game. That was like, hey,
was
this
cool.
might not be too bad. It's
Well, it
like
doesn't do it again.
a
You
good
don't do it
detective mode. You know, in Batman where you got the detective mode and one of the
Or
best
in Red
bits of.
Dead when you have to find a bounty. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like I love doing that in video games. And Assassin's Creed Unity, for all its flaws, had a lot of those in there, and I love that. And then you just
tell
told
you
me,
this.
Stu, that you only did it one more time after that, and it just makes me not want to play the
one
game.
more time.
Ridiculous.
If that, I
I'll tell you
can't even
this.
remember it was one more time.
In Red Dead Online, sometimes there's bounty hunter missions where you don't find the person
Yeah,
right away. You
yeah.
find a campsite and you have to use your eagle eye, and that's fine. The thing that bugs me is I did one today where I had to go to the campsite, use the eagle eye, focus on a clue, and then like follow the footsteps. And then it led me to another clue. Awesome. Follow the footsteps. Leads me to another clue. Awesome. Follow the footsteps. And then it goes, this trail is run cold. Go back and start over.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Why don't you just have a series of clues and then have the person be at the end of it? No.
no.
Go back and try some random other spot. I'm like,
We had we were playing Red Dead Online yesterday for quite a bit, me and Marsh, and for some reason the party chat, we usually use the Xbox party chat, was cutting out, so we used the game chat, which we never do. And this guy kept on following us, and then eventually went, "You're out, fellas." And I was like, "You're right."
Then
And I was like,
he just wants a friend.
do you mind if I hang out with you? I was like,
Oh,
so
bless him.
he tagged along with us, and he was a chap from.
Was he all right?
He was okay. He was a little bit wild for me because
Yeah.
he's from up Yorkshire way, and he was a bar manager. He's been furloughed, and he had a daughter, so he seemed like a normal guy. I was like, he seems like a normal guy. He was about 33, so I was like, he's about our age. This could go fine. And he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this bounty now, mate." Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, all right, yeah. I'm just lassoing this stranger." I'm like, and he was
What's the matter with you?
and he was like, "Oh, should we go after this random guy over here?" And there's another random guy in the game. Should we go after him?
Like players
Yeah.
or non-player?
Is that like a real player? Me and Mosh like, no, we usually just leave people alone.
We don't
and-
like being dicks.
Yeah. So he was being a bit of a dickhead, but he was nice enough.
But for some people, that's fun. Like that's
Yeah, I wasn't like
That's
he
why
wasn't
they play the
being
game, you know?
he wasn't being like unreasonable. He was just like I think he was just a little bit more loose with the rules than we were.
Well, and they're into PvP, you're into PvE, which is
Yeah,
how I am.
yeah. So, but he was telling us loads of things that I didn't know, and I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. And,
Okay.
yeah, but I accepted the naturalist
Oh, yeah?
thing as well. So I'm a bounty hunter. I'm also a naturalist, where basically the story is this woman wants to preserve, animal life and all that sort of stuff. And I was like, oh, all right, Attenborough, calm down. And because if you're worried now in 1908, you should see the shit that we do in 2021 to the Earth, because we fuck it up royally now. And so what you're supposed to do is you've got to get a tranquilizer in your varmint rifle, and you've got to sedate the animal and then capture it or get some samples from it or something. And I'm just like, fucking hell. And everybody says it's the worst one. I wish I never accepted it.
Whoops.
But what can you do? So eventually you can just accept them all and be all of the roles.
Yeah. Once you get enough gold.
Once you get enough
that's
gold.
the thing. I was thinking about it, like, because I'm almost to $15 worth of gold. I'm like, ooh, what am I going to open next? I think I'm going to do the Moonshiner next. But then part of me is like, I should just use that gold to get some golden guns, man. But then I actually went into the gunsmith and I was like setting it up, and then before I hit buy, I was looking at the gold guns and I'm like, am I ever going to actually look at this gold gun?
I've got a gold gun in the single player game and I love it. I love my golden shotgun.
I mean, I like it in theory. It's just like I don't ever actually see it. Meanwhile, if you in the trader job, you can get a gun locker, which allows you to put some of that stuff away. So that when I'm flipping through my weapon wheel, I don't accidentally pull out the wrong lasso. I think that'll let me do that.
I don't know.
So.
I'm all about my dailies though in Red Dead Online.
Well, yeah.
Been doing your dailies. I'm on a 7-day streak now.
I'm on like 24, I think.
Oh my god, are you really?
That's why I got all this gold, because I've
Jesus
been logging
Christ.
in every
So
day.
how much
and
gold
doing,
do you
like,
get
5 of them.
for doing one task in one day then?
So now, if I do one task, I get like 25 cents worth of gold.
Instead of 10, yeah.
Instead of 10, yeah. And so I make $1 in like an hour. It's really nice. Yeah,
Wow.
it's sweet.
That's
I'm rolling in it. And when I get to 28, apparently you get a treasure map too. Now I think it's just one time. That would be crazy if you got a treasure map every day. I'd be like, yeah.
You get. I've already got. You should check your satchel because I've got about 4 treasure maps anyway.
Oh, I've looked into all the treasure maps that I've gotten except Lemoyne. I am not digging through the swamps to find a goddamn treasure.
It's not that bad.
No.
Just get a shotgun.
Shut up! Don't tell me to get a shotgun. God damn it! I knew you were gonna say that.
Just get a
shotgun. I'm not dealing with no fucking alligators.
Why?
You want to go dig through alligators? You go right ahead. I'm not trying to deal with it. I've been killed too many times.
Trust me. When you have to play the game on 100%, there are lots of things that have to draw
guess who doesn't have to play it on 100%? All right, I'm going to talk about another game called Code Vein, because this was on sale recently, and I had it on my wish list. And I forgot it was on my wish list. I was like, played the demo, and I realized there was a demo. I was like, okay, cool. So I played the demo. And then I took it off my wish list.
Yes.
Because, spoilers, it's not a great game.
What is it?
There's a lot of... Okay, so it's a role-playing game, and it's action-based, so it's sort of trying to be kind of Souls-ish.
Okay.
Made by Bandai Namco. Are they the ones who made Dark Souls?
They're a publisher, really, Bandai Namco, but sure.
Okay, well, I don't remember. I don't know who made it, but here's the thing. You are a revenant with a blood code, which gives you gifts. And which gifts do you want to use? Well, you need Ichor to fire your bayonet, but you can learn new gifts by touching Missile. That's M-I-S-T-L-E, like mistletoe, but it's a kind of plant, right? And your blood veil will affect the power of your caster gifts, and your blood is the only teacher you have.
Uh-huh.
Now, that's almost verbatim from the goddamn tutorial.
It makes total sense. I don't know what your problem is.
Yeah, what's the issue here? What's the issue?
Talking about? And this woman
sounds perfectly logical.
This woman looks like she's 12, and Shinny, here's your whole thing with and the thing with anime is all the guys look like
it's
ladies
just run
and all
by
the ladies look like
perverts.
they're 12.
It's just pervert.
Yeah, again, what's your problem, man? That looks fine.
She's half naked in these gauzy rags, and she talks like
she's
this.
not half naked. You're
everything
flipping
she
in.
says is.
Your interpretation of half naked is strange.
She's half naked.
She is
Anyway,
not
Stu's
just
show.
a nudist. That's all.
Stu will show you half naked.
Yeah, man, that's
Yeah.
not half naked.
And then she
Good
drags you
God.
over to some white plant that's dead, apparently. And then when she bites your arm and then drools the blood onto the plant, it sprouts more white leaves. And now it's alive. It's like, I would have thought a plant that's now alive is going to change colors, but nope. Lots of very slow steps between the cutscenes, and the cutscenes are boring as hell. There's some post-apocalyptic thing. You're held captive by these guys, but they're not really bad guys, apparently, because they're just doing the bidding of some other dude. It's just like, there's no simple story. It's all so convoluted, and yeah, at one point you get a new axe, and I was like, okay, I'll use this axe. And it's not, when you imagine an axe, like, you know, how big do you think the axe is going to be in relation to you as a character?
Well, normal size, but I'm guessing in this game it's fucking huge.
It's twice as big as you are.
Of course.
It's like, why is that? Why is the axe this enormous thing that you have to lug around?
Why not?
And I don't feel like learning 20 new combat mechanics. What is the point of that? Like, I'm sure there are some people who really love it, and this game is great for them. But for me, I was like, I want to just, you know me, Skyrim, point the stabby thing at the monster and make it die. So I got about halfway through the tutorial,
I just
and
want to
I
say,
was like,
this game. I'm done.
Correct.
I must admit, Duke, I'm liking the look of this.
the look of it is great. It looks
Yeah, I think
really
it's
nice.
my kind of game. You know, I know that
Well-
you're only into shit games, so I can understand why you don't like it. But you know, I think this could be.
Sorry,
fun.
Stu, but you can't use that line when you like
What?
Deadly Premonition. Deadly Premonition.
And when
game
you just
ever.
talked about how great Myst is.
Yeah, that is also
So
true.
you're wrong because you also like shit games, and you're wrong because you like good games, and so do I.
Yeah, that is-
Anyway, if you hey, try the demo. It's free on Steam. Let me know what you think.
I'll-
Maybe
I'll
you'll like it
tell you
more.
what I think next week. I'm going to try this demo.
Okay, you do it.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I've got nothing left, so it's got to be Stu, I think.
Right. I haven't really got anything left. Right.
That's where you stop talking then.
But I was like, I'm going to play the medium because that's on Game Pass. So I'm going to play that and tell you what I think.
Oh, yeah.
The
So
medium?
I downloaded it ready yesterday.
This is one of those games that Microsoft were touting a lot when the Xbox Series X was launched.
Well,
Well.
this is an Xbox Series X exclusive.
Oh, is it?
You know, or
Exclusive.
console
Should I be
exclusive.
buying a Series X for it, Stu?
Well, here's the thing, right? So I downloaded it and
That's
I
a no.
started it to check it was working and everything last night, right? And I played it for about 10 minutes and I was like, oh, well, I'll give it a proper go when I get home tomorrow. No idea what happened. When I got home and went to load it up, it started downloading again from scratch.
Yeah.
All 24 gigabytes. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to play it. So I did a hip hop mix instead because I was like, oh, well, I can't play that. I'm going to do some mixing.
Mixing instead.
I mixed instead and I did hip hop for you, Duke. Some hippity hop.
Woo, hip hop.
And it's your list of recommendations, so you should like
Oh
it,
my
I guess.
goodness. Well, all right, I'll have to check that out. Thank
You'll
you.
have to check it out, man. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, play some hip hop. So, yeah, I haven't got any games, but I did play hip hop. So, there you go. And that was fun.
All right. Well, I got one more game to talk about. You ready?
Yeah.
Is it Red Dead?
No, it's not.
Is it
although I
fishing
did play a lot of
related?
Red Dead. It is not fishing related. Although there is a fishing rod in Starbound, which I don't remember being there last time I played that game. And I don't really know where you go fishing in Starbound because there are ocean planets, but I don't want to fish 2D. Anyway, I'll try the fishing for next time. But I keep catching them big ass fish because now I've gotten to the point where I unlock. You had to talk about Red Dead.
See what you
I've gotten
did
to the-
there, Chinny, for God's sake.
I
You
got to the
never
point
learn.
where I've unlocked the lures for the lakes and the rivers,
Oh, yeah.
and like the lures are
The
much more
lures.
likely to get you big ass fish.
Big ass
so I'm
fish.
hauling in these honking, and for the first time I lost a fish. I had never lost a fish before this week, and I was like, I'm probably being too cautious. As soon as he starts fighting, I don't need to stop pulling. Yes, I do, because as soon as I was like, keep pulling, keep gone. Damn it.
Yeah.
Here's the
I
thing.
once caught a massive fish and it took me probably about 5 minutes just to reel it in.
Oh yeah, they can
Wow.
be monsters. All right, so after Code Vein, I was like, you know what, man, now I do want to play a role-playing game. Come on, what are
Oh,
we gonna
God,
do? Skyrim?
Skyrim?
Again? No,
Skyrim?
no,
You sure?
because during the winter sale, I had bought a game called Greedfall. And normally, I would be like, you know what? I don't want to start a role-playing game now. That's quite an endeavor. It's Saturday afternoon. I'm not feeling great. You know, and then I was like, no, just do it. And I hit play. And I was like, ooh, I'm diving in. How about that? So I played a little bit of Greedfall. Probably about 2 hours, maybe, something like that. I don't know. I could look on Steam. But, you know, I'm a busy man. I don't have time for that. So I don't know exactly how much I played. I did about 2 missions. And first of all, it bugs the crap out of me when before the game, it was like, you know, you have your settings menu. So I went to the settings and I looked to find subtitles because I always want subtitles off the first time I play a game. So I turned the subtitles off and then I start the game up and it's giving me subtitles. And I'm like, God damn it, I turned them off. Maybe I did something wrong. But anyway, I made myself, I tend to alternate between male and female characters. So for this game, it was time to be a female character. So I made my female character, got her hair all looking nice, eyebrows angry, because, you know, like my characters are like ready to fight. They're not cute, you know, nice, patient people. They're like, we're in it to win it. And then she stands up. She's got this thing on the side of her face. She's got some weird black, it looks like half a beard. I was like, what the hell is that? And I come to find out after doing a little internet search, this is like an illness that's in this town called the Malachor, and it's like part of the main quest line is to find a cure for it. But I didn't know that when I'm starting the game. I'm like, oh no, wait, my character's got something on her face. I thought it was like a scar that you have to, you know, tweak in the settings in order to customize your character right. No.
Yeah, it doesn't look right, that scar. I need to sort this out.
Yeah, it looks like about 100 scars. So anyway, it was, sorry, Matthew Alexander said the level design in Code Vein is abysmal. You know, I didn't actually mind the level design, but the demo did make me feel like I needed a shower. I agree with that. So anyway, back to Greedfall. It's not visually it's fine. It looks really nice visually. In fact, it's so detailed that when I was looking around the city, like it would stop. I get a lot of catches and, you know, slowdowns. So I had to turn the graphics from ultra, which it defaulted to high, and now it's smooth as silk. It's beautiful in terms of how it moves. But it's not polished in every other sense, so that when someone's talking, the mouth doesn't match up exactly.
It looks like a mannequin talking.
Yeah. Once you notice it, you're like, ah.
It's like, you know, like a mannequin, then only the bottom jaw moves.
Right. So that's a little problem. The dialogue's a little tedious. The voice acting is over the top 25% of the time. And you're just like, go for, you know, less is more. I've been spoiled by AAA games. I don't know who made this, but it's not a huge, super, you know, amazing studio.
Yeah, like, you know, you see how Cyberpunk turned out when you have one of those big studios behind them.
But here's the thing. Look, the game itself is good. The combat is good. The quests are interesting. There was a quest early on where you have to find this charlatan, this, you know, one of the people you talk to. You're leaving on a boat and you're like, you know, a member of the royal family or something. And so you have to go and say goodbye to people in the city. And one of them says, yo, there's this charlatan who's like selling some snake oil. You got to go deal with that. And I was like, yeah, bet. Got you, fam. So I went over and was like, hey, bust it. You selling some snake oil? He's like, no, my friends, I'm selling a cure for everything that ails you. And then I'm like, yeah, why don't you drink some? He's like, why certainly. Gulp. And I'm like, hey, you just pulled that out of your pocket. Don't fade me. And eventually you convince him to, you know, you try to get him to drink one that's unopened. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, you know, I'm full from the one I just drank and all this. And anyway, eventually, it turns out, like, he got cast out of this group of alchemists because they were experimenting on people, and he wasn't down with that. And so it's actually some gray area. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So it sucks that he's selling this snake oil, but he says it's not harmful. So it's like, I don't know if I really believe you, but you know, it sounds like you got a bum deal, so I'll help you out. And I was trying to help him out by, like, defusing the crowd that was out front that I had whipped up, by the way. Okay, my bad. But I go out, and I'm like, all right, look, people, it's not that big a deal. Like, he's going to leave. You don't got to worry about it. And they're like, we're not satisfied. We want to hang him, and if you're helping him, we're going to hang you too. And I'm like, oh, hey, everybody calm down. So then one of the choices in the dialogue is, like, what if I gave you some actual health potions? And they're like, well, I don't know. And so then it becomes give them 5 health potions. And the companion you're with is like, yo, that's gonna cost you a fortune, because apparently health potions are pretty expensive in this game. And then my character says, yeah, but sometimes you can find them lying around. I just gotta keep my eyes open, which of course is video game code for you can wander around and find.
Yeah, you need to go and look for some health potions, people.
Right. So I did. There are no health potions anywhere in this goddamn game. Not lying around on the street, at least.
Well,
so
no one said it was going to be easy, Duke.
Well, that's the thing, is that there's some boxes that have like a little gold sparkle on them, which of course means
health potions.
Well, there's something inside, which is not health potions. I'm like, damn it. So after like 10 minutes of looking, I find 1 health potion. I'm like, okay, now I have 2. I need 5. This is going to take forever. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'll go down this alleyway. There's 3 bad guys down this alleyway. What are you doing here? And then we're fighting. Okay, fine. I get beat up in that fight. My health is at half. What am I going to do?
I don't know. What are you going to do?
I'm going to use one of the health potions.
Yeah, use a health potion, man. Fuck
now
giving it
I'm down
to the
to
crowd.
1. This sucks. So eventually I was like, look, what other things can I... It's like, there's another option where you can help the dude sneak out the back. I was like, I'll just do that. So I helped him sneak out the back.
Yeah, and did it work?
It did work. I got it all done. And it's like, okay, that's cool. I like that you have options. I like that there's a diplomatic solution and there's a stealth solution and there's a kill everybody solution, apparently. It's good. The combat is very satisfying and it's straightforward. That's the thing, is that there is parrying and it's a little more sophisticated than Skyrim, but not a whole lot more, which I like because I don't want to learn all sorts of new mechanics. It's very straightforward, and you know, again, the visuals aren't great, the voice acting is not great, but it's giving me what I want in a role-playing game. So far, thumbs up on Greedfall.
There you go. There you go. Good stuff.
Obligate Failure, by the way, said I really liked Code Vein, but I was just desperate for new Souls games. Still stuck playing the old stuff. Bloodborne and the Souls games need a new thrill. Well, I'm glad there's people who like it, but not for me.
I've got to say, some people are just weird who like all these Dark Souls games. Don't get it.
They want different things. Priorities
No,
are
they
what
want
they are. And
these
there's no...
rock hard
Talking
games.
about it, you was like a big like, oh, I love Demon Souls, but when it wasn't popular,
Yeah, exactly. Well,
that was only because I wanted to be, you know, one of the cool
Hipster
kids. One of the cool kids, man.
Yeah, nothing makes you cooler than I was into this
cool
before.
kids.
It was cool.
One of the cool kids.
Right. Are we done with this? Are we ready to talk about some news?
Yes, I think
Do we even have any news?
Is there news?
Yes, there is. There is news. There is news. Sorry, yes, news.
Oh.
Yeah, there's news.
Cool.
Yeah, are you ready? This is big news. It's
All
big
right.
news, this. If you've got a lot of money, right, and when I say a lot of money, you need about $100,000, okay? But if you've got that, right, as broken as Cyberpunk is, you're able to play it in your new Tesla car.
Oh my God!
Because the new Tesla Model S has a GPU that is better or on a par with an Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. So you can play The Witcher on it, you can play Cyberpunk, you know, while the car's driving itself, you'll be fine. It's all good. So
Except
there you
that
go.
Elon Musk breaks unions, so fuck him. Don't give your money to him.
Yeah, just buy shares in him. If he'd have done that last, like, June or no, last
No, I'm
Feb,
buying shares in GameStop,
he'd
baby.
have made a
Holy
lot of money.
crap.
Um,
That story was a cute little thing you mentioned last week, and now it's become the only thing anybody's talking about on the internet. God damn.
See? Do you see? Yes, somebody made a mod to make Cyberpunk more interesting. They did indeed,
How?
because modders are always trying to make games more interesting, and in this particular mod, they allowed you to reskin the characters in the game so you could have sex with Keanu Reeves, if that's what you wanted to do.
I don't know if that makes
So-
the game more interesting. It makes it more perverted.
Possibly. Yeah, do you know what? They can't patch the game to make it work properly, but they can patch it pretty quick when somebody makes a mod so you can have sex with Keanu Reeves. They went, nope, you can't do that.
That's always like a very well-populated part of any mod site. Is like X-rated mod. You're gonna have a 20-foot penis, breast the size of the person's head times 3. It's like, what is wrong with y'all? Who plays this way? I just don't
Yeah.
get it.
But basically what they said was, they went, look, you know what? You can't have sex with the likeness of a real person in the world. So that was the reasoning behind not allowing you to do it. So it's because, you know, having sex with Keanu Reeves is not allowed, apparently. Can't do it.
Well, somebody's done it.
Well, yes, I guess in real life they have.
What?
Yeah, whatever. PlayStation 5 exclusive Returnal has been delayed until April.
What?
So
You're gonna have to Returnal at a later date in order to play
Returnal.
it. Hey-o.
Housemarque, who made some really good games for the PS4, were bringing this out, and they went, "Nah, it's not ready yet." Do you know that's good advice? If a game's not ready, work on it for a bit longer. There you go, till it's ready. Till it's ready. And that's literally it. There isn't any other news really. It's a bit crap on news this week. So there you go. There's never really any news anymore, is there? Really?
No, no one's doing anything.
No one's doing anything, man. They're going, no, we're in lockdown developing, and we can't develop stuff in lockdown, so there's nothing to do. I think. Right. Yes,
Do we have emails?
We have one. We have one.
Ooh,
We have an email.
emails.
We have an email.
Whoa, that ruled.
Actually, we have two emails. We have another email that
We
I've
should check the
forgotten about.
Discord as well, because I never
So
do
we have
that.
an email. Email. Anyway, first email is here, and it's called Teaching and Gaming.
Oh,
It says, "Hello, lads.
hello.
Teaching and gaming. Hello.
Well, hope you're all well.
Yeah, we're alright.
Yes.
Well, I'm always an episode or two behind on podcasts lately, so I decided to catch up on show today. Duke mentioned the situation of being a teacher and the gamer, and I was listening to that episode whilst playing FIFA at the same time.
Yeah.
The way I play games changed when I started teaching. I used to be all for playing game, no matter how hard it may have been, until I
Sorry,
beat
do we
it.
know who this is? Is this John Mel?
You'll find out. You'll find out. You'll find out.
Okay, go ahead.
It didn't matter what level of difficulty or how many hours it took me to beat, I would beat it eventually. I used to play games of nearly every genre and took an approach to gaming of I must play everything. That sounds like me. That's all well and good while you're a student with lots of time. Completely different ball game when you got family, job, and responsibilities. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So when I started teaching, I realised very quickly two things. Number one, time is limited and
Yes.
incredibly valuable. So I
Yes.
do not want to spend hours and hours replaying the same level or area of a game. Number two,
Right.
there's a number two here.
Yes.
Anytime a game is described as frustrating, difficult, or stressful, I decide pretty quickly it's not the game for me. Teaching, on the other hand, is awesome. I love it. I hope I always do. But I would be
Yeah.
lying if I did not say that I can take a lot of time to do some teaching. And if you're not careful, it can take over your whole life. So be careful out there if you're a teacher. But that's a story for another time. I worked on a supermarket for a number of years prior to teaching, and I never took my work home with me because he kept on telling me off for stealing tins of soup.
I see what you did there.
I did not stand at home organising the food in my cupboards and saying, "Have a nice day" to my wife every time she left the room. Teaching leaves you no choice. You have to take your work home with you.
That's
How many
right.
times have we heard Duke mention he's grading fucking papers and
I'm
typing
doing it right now.
so loud that you can't hear
Yeah.
what Chinny's saying?
Yeah.
When I get time to play,
I even got a quiet keyboard, so it wouldn't be as big a deal.
yeah, it's
No,
not that
still-
bloody
still
quiet though, is
complaining.
it?
I don't
When
know
I
what
get-
to tell you. Find me a silent keyboard and I'll get it.
When I get
No
time to
such
play, shut up, I'm bloody reading. Are you listening? When I when I
I
get
need a
time
Mass
to play,
Effect keyboard, the hologram thing that doesn't
You
actually
bloody do.
exist. And then,
when I get time to play, I'm willing to try out new games, but I prefer to stick closer to my comfort food games. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
yes, I know what
know.
you're saying. Skyrim, Rocket League, gimme.
The ones that will not cause me any further stress or feel like work. Massive amounts of inventory management. You got to be fucking kidding. I don't want none of that shit.
Yeah,
Dying over and over. Are you serious? Stupidly mind-bending puzzles? Not for me, thank you.
Yeah.
I have played every FIFA game since 1999. Not
Damn.
because they're amazing or different. Most of them are just the same. But because I can play them without really trying. And I find it very relaxing. Assassin's
Yay.
Creed games are the same. I don't find them stressful. So I'm happy to put the time in. Anyway, I'll wrap up this email here before it turns into a full-length essay titled The Uncompromising World of Teaching and Its Connection to Being a Gamer. Love the show as always. Looking forward to Arcade Club meetup when it's over for COVID. Cheers, John. That's just how he speaks, by the way. There you go.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear it. Thank you, John. We love hearing from you.
Thank you, John.
Jacinta said that she's in for a podcast at some point about teaching and gaming, and so it sounds like John has some stuff to say about it. Let's make it happen at some point, maybe this summer. I think that's going to be the first time, or over my spring break, maybe. We'll see. But it's going to be a few months from now because, things are hectic at school right now, and they're bringing kids back in February, so end of February.
Yeah, can I just say, I did take some artistic license there and added some stuff that wasn't necessarily in the email. Just to put it out there. Just to put it out there.
We figure you always do that. Like, that's just a given when you read an email, Stu.
I don't know what you're talking about. The next email this evening goes off Direct Science. And
Is it
this
an apology
email
for not sending a speak pipe?
exactly.
Send a speak pipe?
Actually, that's you're very close. You're very close. He says this: revelation and recommendation.
Oh.
Right, I'm trying to think of a different accent. Here we go.
Yes, please do that.
Okay. Hello,
Oh, Chinny, you spent a year doing all sorts of accents
Shut
during
up.
the news. So
Yeah, well, I'm
don't-
funny though. I'm funny.
Hello again, veteran gamers. Totally different
Hello.
accent, this, by the way.
Yeah, it sounds like someone from New York.
First half of email is revelation. After I'm doing the same accent, just saying. After enjoying hearing you try part 1 of my quiz for song lyrics last week, I thought I'd send you part 2, Veteran Gamers Strikes Back, next week, and part 3, Veteran Gamers versus Mecha Diesel Saint in 3 weeks' time. Oh, it's a pretty impressive title there, Derek, gotta say. Look, he's using some big words here. Are you ready for this, Duke?
Fancy
He's using some big
pantsy.
words.
I'm ready. Hit me.
I think I need to change the accent for this next bit. Here we go. As an amuse-bouche for the upcoming quizzes, here are some lyrics for a song. Can you name the song and the 2 artists involved? I am confident Duke will know the answers, but let's see if Stu and Chinny can guess the answers first.
I'll let you answer first. Yeah, if you don't.
I have attached the answers below. In the unlikely event of all 3 veteran gamers are stumped. Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go. How many of these?
I don't know. Here we go.
Here we go. Good
I've
job.
been in the game for 10 years making rap tunes ever since Honeys was wearing Sassoon. And now it's 95 and they clock me and watch me.
Well, you were wrong again. Wait, is this a Simpsons song? I don't think it is. I have to say that because I don't want to get caught out not knowing a Simpsons song. I'm surprised more people didn't give me a bollocking about that. Oh,
Yeah, well. Anyway.
whatever.
So,
I have no
Chitty,
idea. I'm sorry.
Chitty, what the hell is this? Because I have no idea.
I'm afraid I don't know. I don't know.
Nope, I'm afraid I don't know.
We are stumped. It's a good thing you gave us the answers.
Yeah, it's a good job. Well, we'll find out when I get to the bottom of the email. Anyway, the second
okay.
half of this email is the double recommendation. Here are 2 YouTube recommendations. One very specific.
Oh wait,
and
that was
one-
the only little music quiz thing.
Yeah, that's it. You're done.
And I messed it up. I got a
Yeah,
0%
you didn't even know.
fail.
And one a general channel recommendation. Number 1. When I originally got a second-hand Nintendo Switch, I was looking for a lot of YouTube channels for new gaming ideas, and one channel I landed on was called Beat 'em Ups. There you go, simple name, I guess. Beat 'em Ups is presented by a USA-based Australian called Wood Hawker. His real name, as far as I know. And while he was a strong Nintendo Switch presence on his channel, he does cover the PlayStation and the Xbox games as well. He recently put a 46-minute takedown of the video for the game called Cyberpunk 2077, called CD Projekt Are All Liars. I wonder what he was talking about. Tell us what you really think, Wood. Whilst there are many critical Cyberpunk 27 videos out there on YouTube, if you fast forward this particular video to 32 and 40 seconds, Woodhawker finishes by singing a parody version of Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire, substituting the original lyrics with all his criticisms of the game. If you never watch anything else on his channel, watch this purely for the parody that hits the right spot between comedy, criticism, and entertainment. Number 2. My general YouTube channel recommendation involves another Australian presenter called Mark Bishop. He presents a channel called Minty Comedic Art, which reviews movies mainly released between the late 70s and the early 2000s. I have always assumed Mark's nickname is Minty. You know how those Aussies love their nicknames. Most of the episodes.
I should say, Minty was Harriet Tubman's nickname too. So be careful because you may be disgracing a queen.
Most of the episodes run between 10 and 20 minutes, so never outstay their welcome and use the format of 10 things you never knew about, or 10 fascinating facts about, etc.
Are you saying there are podcasts that do wear out their welcome and people just keep talking and talking? 'Cause I can't imagine anybody doing
Podcasts
that. If
that
you got
should
people
have-
listening to you.
Podcast that should have quit 4 years ago.
Yeah, totally
God,
true.
That's ridiculous.
I think Mark's talent lies in infusing about a movie and making me want to rewatch a movie I have already seen. For instance, The Cable Guy, or Forrest Gump, The Karate Kid, Back to the Future. Or making me want to watch a movie I just never got around to watching, say Uncle Buck, or Castaway, or Don't Tell Mum the Babysitter's Dead, or even Beverly Hills Cop.
Don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead. I love that movie when I was
It's a
younger.
great movie.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Such a great
They have like
movie.
a massive pie, don't
Yeah. And there's another, did you ever watch Adventures in Babysitting? That's pretty good as well.
Yes.
they? No, I've never heard
Adventures
of
in
that.
Babysitting.
Never heard
That's
of that.
good. It's a good film. Minty Comedic Arts is definitely an unguilty pleasure and highly recommended for lovers of popular cinema. End of email. So, did you want to? I'll just read out these lyrics again because having seen the answer, we should definitely have got this. Okay. I'll read them again. I'll read them normally. I've been in the game for 10 years making rap tunes ever since Honeys was wearing Sassoon. Now it's 95 and they clock me and watch me.
Is it Vanilla Ice?
No.
No. Is it Jay-Z?
No.
Biggie? No, wait. He
No.
died. No, I don't
No,
know.
the
Who?
no, the
LL,
other one. The
LL
other
Cool
one.
J?
Tupac?
Tupac.
Ah.
And
I
Dr.
don't know.
Dr.
and
Dre?
Dr. Dre.
Is it
and the
California?
California Love, man. There
Ah.
you go.
All right. So are we looking
Just
at
to
the
let you know,
Discord now?
California doesn't sound like any of those noises that these two just
It
made.
did totally sound like that. Me and Duke were spot on
California
then. Absolutely
love.
spot on there.
Discord. 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 Discord.
Do we have any Discord questions?
Yes, we do. Yeah, have you
You
not
said you wanted
looked?
to look in the
No,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
said
oh, you'd
let's
look.
do that. I didn't say I was going to do it.
Okay, questions for the show. No.
There's a lot of
But
posts from DJ No Clue.
we have got an idea for the show.
No, we got one
from.
from My Tainty Brain. He says, I would love to know how they got the Clementine voice actor, Melissa.
Oh yeah, I answered that in a lot of sort of.
Hutchinson.
I just posted all the interviews we did.
Yeah, but how did we get her to come on the show?
That was through Jason Gallagher. Because he was like busy mates with her. He was like messaging her and saying how much he loved The Walking Dead and stuff.
Is that best mates or stalker?
Stalkering. He was stalking her. He was stalking her. And she was lovely. And he said to her, he said to me, Stu, you should contact her. She'll do an interview. She said she'd do it. So I contacted her and she went, yeah, of course I will. And she came on twice. And I did try and get her on the third time and she totally ignored me. I was
Yeah.
ghosted,
She's too
so-
big time. Big shit for it
She's
now.
too big time now. But she
Well,
was
I don't
absolutely
know
lovely.
how much. I don't know how important it is for her to come back on and answer more questions about biscuits and like.
Shut up.
How'd you get the voice to be a little different?
Melissa Hutchinson was lovely, and between us we did a load of just a load of random soundbite ideas, didn't we? And I just said to her at the end of the interview, I went, "Oh, it might have just been me. I can't even remember. Maybe it was just me."
I don't remember getting sound clips from her.
You're funny.
After a hard day killing zombies, I kick back and listen to the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yay!
And she was brilliant. And I just sent her on a document and I said, can you read all these and I'll record them and we'll use them on the show as sound bites. And she's like, yeah, no. And then she went, which Clementine do you want?
Yeah.
Do you want like young Clementine? Do you want like more recent, so older Clementine? I'm like, no, young Clementine. We want the original. So that's what she
That's
did.
like on The Simpsons, and she's like, maybe I should change that to if I ever choose to get married. Little girl, we got other Dolly commercials to record. All right, people, let's get this out. Hey, it's Sideshow Mel. Hey, it's Sideshow Mel. Hey, Sideshow Mel. All right, bing, bang, boom. I gotta go, kid. Take a lesson from the pros. All right, Krusty, we are ready to record.
Krusty. Kudos
She
to
was
you,
lovely.
Lisa. Kudos to you.
Isn't the
Yeah.
one that where she tells Chinny to shut up? I can't remember that. Which one was that? We have loads, didn't we? Off her. She was so.
We do have loads. Yeah. This
Be
is the one you're talking
quiet.
about.
Stuart, stop whining about minor aesthetic details.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Here it is.
Duke, what's with all the sound bites?
Oh, my bad. Here we go.
Be quiet, Chinny.
There you go. We got all sorts of sound clips.
In a recent survey, 9 out of 10 zombies preferred the Veteran Gamers podcast.
And then I just have one called Clementine. What is that sound clip?
When I'm not killing zombies,
That's young
I'm
Clementine.
listening to the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Oh, that's a
There
good
you
one.
go.
I like that
Yeah.
one. Oh,
Thank you,
there
Melissa
go.
Hutchison. We love you.
Yeah, thank you, Melissa. She was
Are
brilliant.
we done? Is it time for shout outs?
Yeah, I think it is.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Chinny, go first. Just do it.
Shout out to Red Dead Redemption 2, the greatest game
Woo! Especially online.
ever made.
Thanks for all the gold.
I think when a game gets released, I'm wary about putting it on the list of my favourite games ever because it's new and fresh.
Yeah, you don't know how.
You don't know how long it's going to hold the test of time. But Red Dead just keeps getting better, and it's 2 years old
It
now.
does keep getting better.
It's a game that keeps on giving.
It does. I just haven't got sick of it. I just love it so much. And you look at my achievements. I got an achievement in 2018 is when I played it and I finished the story, and it was about December 2018 when I finished the story. And the next achievement that I got was January 2021. So the whole of 2019 and 2020, I didn't get an achievement for it, and then in 2021 I did. It doesn't mean I didn't play it for those months and years, but I definitely played it a little bit. But now I've just all of a sudden got this massive love for it. And I know I'm not alone. I know a lot of people have come back to it again. So shout out to Rockstar. And I really do wish that you made more games, Rockstar. I really do.
Yeah,
but
well,
I know it's a
you
balance.
can have a lot of games or you can have quality.
I know.
You
I
pick
get
one.
it.
Same with
Quality.
Bethesda, man. How do you
I get that, but at the same time, they made a lot more in 2000. They made GTA 4, The Lost and Damned, Gay Tony, Max Payne 3,
Yeah,
and
that's
Red
true.
Dead 1
Fair enough.
in the space of like 4 or 5 years of each other. So, and if you count Bully in there, which was 2004, I think it was, and then they remade it in 2006, they can do it to a standard that I enjoy.
Yeah.
But I get it. I understand that these games are ridiculously detailed.
I mean, why should they push themselves? They're still making a lot of money on their online games.
yeah,
In fact, they're probably making more money on an online
they are.
games,
Yeah.
GTA Online and Red Dead, than they would if they made
They
a new
are.
game.
They're
So screw
making.
it.
If you look at the numbers, like they are making way more money than.
Sure.
than
That's why Bethesda hasn't put out any goddamn Elder Scrolls. They're so busy with their fucking Elder Scrolls Online.
And I think
Fallout
it's a
76.
for me it's a balance. And they probably financially didn't need to make Red Dead 2. There's no real need to make it, but I think
Yeah.
the need to push the boundaries of what
They're artists, man.
Yeah,
They
they're
gotta
artists. They need-
drive.
they
It goes
need-
beyond money.
they need to they need to make games. I believe they're a studio that just need to put out like great games every now and again, and it just saddens me that the next GTA or Red Dead, or even if they brought like LA Noire 2 or something mad back,
Yeah.
that we're talking probably 2025 or some ridiculous number. And it's just sad. So shout out to Rockstar. Shout out to Derek, of course, and John Mouse. Always good to hear John. Yeah, shout out to those guys. That's it, really.
There you go.
There you
Well,
go.
I'm gonna shout out John Mouse and Jay and Hardly Dan and Neezy Does It and I think that's possibly it. There might be one
Oh, we,
more
we
first.
published
Boy, you should
the.
have known by now. Neasy doesn't.
I published
Yeah.
the quiz. The
I
quiz.
saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's good.
Yeah, thank you.
So sorry that it took so long for
Hooray,
me
Jay.
to publish it,
Yeah.
Jay, but I did do it in the end.
Yeah, for Joysticks and Chill, they've got their own little podcast going now, haven't they? So
Yeah.
good on them. Good on them. If you want more of Jay, you can listen to him on his own, where he does his own little skits and sketches.
I
And
think
stuff.
I speak for us all when we say to Joysticks and Chill, fuck off and get your own territory or thing. This is our shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, really.
Fucking hell.
Hey, who's obligate failure? Teaching eats time. Teaching is great. Admin's a pigging nightmare. Is this person a teacher?
I'm
Must be.
guessing so.
Well, hello, obligate failure. I didn't realize you were teaching. Have you been an admin too? We should talk. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I will shout out Antonio again and Tainted Brain for being there to give me what I needed most when I was down in the dumps, unlike some people. And shout out to the Duchess because she's always there and she knows how to comfort me when I need it. And shout out to everybody who's in the chat: Obligate, XJ Ryder, Paul McLaren, Matthew Alexander, Rainy Lamb, Ian Williams was here earlier. I don't know if he still is, but yeah, thanks everybody. We love you coming by, Stinky Poo and Derek Sainz and Lord. And yeah, it really, you know, again, I mean, look, I'm the type of person who's careful about trying to feed my ego because I know it's not healthy, but it makes me very happy that people care enough to not only want to hear this in a podcast format, but like stick around and watch us do it live. Like, it's very gratifying. So we really love y'all, and we can't thank you enough for spending your Sunday with us. And yeah,
There you go.
peace to all the homies.
Can I just say as well? I've turned off a lot of notifications on my phone. So like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that sort of stuff. So people say, "Oh, I messaged you on Twitter." I'm like, I haven't opened Twitter for. I think I watched that documentary. I forgot what it was called. Social Dilemma.
Social Dilemma. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
And I was like, that's good. And like basically the phone is constantly trying to get your attention. So I was like, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And I've never really been one for. I have spent a lot of time looking at my phone. I'm not going to lie about that. But I noticed that when I don't get notifications as much, I don't use it as much, and I put little limitations on it. And I barely open Twitter. And I open Twitter and I've got like 40 notifications. I'm like, oh my god, like I've never seen any of this stuff. And the only thing I really use, like I'll go on for a bit of fun. I watch a lot of TikTok. I enjoy TikTok. I think it's fun. And then I'll go on Instagram. But the videos on TikTok are just ridiculous. Like it's just me and Marsh constantly sending each other videos all the time on there. But yeah, I apologize because a few people have said, "Oh, I messaged you on this and I messaged you on that," and I'm like, I don't get any notifications for that stuff there. So yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sure you did message me, but I'll never know.
Yeah.
Thank you for messaging us. We just want to say we're very sorry we missed your message. And
now Discord is the best place. If you're in our Veteran Gamers Discord, I will get it there. So
It'll get back to you. It'll get back to you.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I just said I'll get
It'll
it.
get back to you. Say hello.
we'll
and
read your
stuff.
message, whether we respond to it is another thing.
Yeah.
Does this person have $28 in gold? God damn.
God damn.
This person is me, by the way. This person is me.
Is it really?
Yeah, this is me. Look, this is me. This is live me. Me.
Live
Bullshit.
chinny. Can I just say, in my defense, Duke, and I know that you made that kind of slight sort of comment towards my direction about
It wasn't slight at all. I was
and
straight
stuff.
up dissing you. Yeah.
But what I give you, Duke, is tough love, man. Go, just say.
All right.
I ain't
Thanks for
stroking
listening,
no
everybody.
egos.
If you like this podcast, there is another site you should check out, which is called VGHub.net. And on there, you find a bunch of links to other.
The story is goodbye.
Whoops. I didn't realize I didn't open it in a new window. All right. We're done. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Very proud of you, and very nice.
thing goes grrrr.
Yeah, I don't know, dude, what you get out of this ego stroking stuff. I really don't. By the way, can you listen to my new mix of the hip hop and tell me what you think? You know, just let me know if it's okay and stuff.
I think sugarcoating is.
Hey, there was a perfect spot to end the.
I think sugarcoating is underrated. I like everything sugarcoated.
Sugar is delicious.
Yeah, sugar. Ooh, give me
Honestly,
more
if
sugar.
you
You're so popular.
if you need to tell me something bad, sugarcoat it.
Sugarcoat that
Like
shit.
I
Is this
enjoy
really
that.
You live, Chinny?
Yeah, this is me. This is me. Look, this is.
You have $20 in gold. What are you waiting for?
What the
doing with all
hell?
that
How have you got that much gold?
I don't know
is
what
the
to
matter
do with
gold?
it.
Did you buy gold?
No. I haven't bought gold. No.
Did he, heck?
How'd
He's
you
not
get all
like
that gold
that.
if you haven't been doing dailies?
I have been doing dailies, but
good
I've
at the
only
game.
I had when I started doing dailies, I had about 16 gold. But
How
I
did you
don't.
have 16 to start with?
I just don't do anything with the gold. I don't spend any of the gold.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I just
Bought the
as
gold,
soon
man.
as I got it, I'm like, ooh, I'm spending this.
here.
But like, I'm like that in real life. I don't spend
Yeah.
money in real life. Art.
You and my students, man. I'm always like, if you had $1 million, what would you do with it? My students are like, I'd spend 2/3 of it on college, and then I would invest the remaining third in
Yeah.
a mutual fund. Y'all are boring as shit. Somebody talk about buying a car. Come on.
Yeah. Shout out from Melbourne. Says Art.
Yay.
First of all, is your first name actually Art?
Yeah, that was a cool name.
That's a
if it
cool
is.
name. What's your name?
Yeah.
Art.
Art Vanderlei.
All right.
The surname's pretty exotic. isn't it?
Vanderlei. Art Vanderlei. Look at that. So I think
Hey, man.
what I'm going to do in Red Dead Online, I'm going to grow my beard fucking mega long. That's what I'm going to do.
Megalong.
You don't have to grow it long. You just have to go to the barber and.
No,
tell them
you have to.
make it long.
You need hair tonic, and you need to buy hair tonic,
Oh,
and you need
really?
to drink it
I
to
guess I
make
didn't
it
know about that.
ridiculously long.
No, you don't. Is that really a thing?
That's true.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's in the
Are you
main game.
serious?
Yeah, you
Yes.
do that in the manga. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
done that. This
Yeah,
is
you
crazy.
do.
I'm learning all kinds of things.
The
Yeah,
game
get
that
some
keeps
dirt
on
on it,
giving.
man.
The
Right.
ting really does go scrrrr. Except the problem is, I'm gonna as soon as I'm done here, I gotta do my week at a glance for school, and then I'm going back to Starbound, man. I'm sorry to tell you.
Oh yeah.
Are you going to put down
Dead's
Red
fine,
Dead
but-
for fucking Starbound?
Yeah. Go back to Starbound, dude. And if you need
I'm
some
not putting it down permanently. I might do some
dude.
more stuff later tonight. Yes.
Dude, you need some background music, right? There's this really cool hip hop mix on Mixcloud.
All right, guys. Have a good night. I'll talk to you later.
Oh,
Bought some
right.
worms. Bought some worms. Bought some crickets.
What? What are you talking about?
Bought some
Oh,
worms. Bought some crickets.
bought some crickets, bought
Yeah.
some worms. It's like a
Yeah.
rap. Bought some worms, bought some crickets. Crickets, worms.
What kind
worms
of
and
rap
crickets.
is that?
I don't know. It's just somewhere. Worms and crickets. Crickets and worms. Get them in the boat.
Crickets, crickets and worms. Crickets and worms. Worms and
Chuck
crickets.
it in the river. Catch a big fish. Put it on your hook. Oh, you're fucked. There you go.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's good.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Right, I'm going to go. Poker.
When do you want to do poker?
Thursday night, are you available? Thursday.
Let me just
Put it-
see if I'm.
look at
Let
your
me
diary.
just see if I'm going out anyway.
Yeah, where are you going?
Well, Thursday's actually quite a big day for me, but in the day
Wow, what's happening?
we're doing a live stream for work. We're for work.
Do you know how to do one of those?
Yeah. We've got a whole.
I'm fucking
No,
joking.
but we've got we can do like these like a pop up studio thing now. So we bought basically about 6 or 7 grand's worth of this like Vision Mixer studio kit. So essentially, what we can do, we've got 2 remote control cameras. We've got about 4 or 5 like cameras that standard video cameras, and all these fancy cameras and lenses and stuff. And we can like put up a pop up studio, kind of like the One Show, but anywhere. And it all goes into a box, and you mix all the cameras in the box,
Right.
and you can stream it online and we got all these fancy LEDs that come in where we can do fancy backgrounds and stuff. Yeah, so we're basically that's something that we sell to people and say, look, you can do your corporate events online and
You've got to
awards.
adapt. You've got to
Yeah,
adapt.
well, we've done 3. We've done about 5. We've done 2 for the council where they did this Black and Asian minority ethnic sort of event, and we did like a studio set up in the art gallery, and we did staff awards for the uni. So usually, the university have like 2,000 staff, and usually they have to invite just 100 people, and they're screwed. But like over 1,000 people watched the live stream, so. So we're doing a live stream to sell the live stream, if you know what I mean.
See what you did there.
So that's what I'm planning on doing at the moment.
Very good.
But on the night, I'm very much free.
Very good. Put it in your diary. Thursday night.
Thursday night, poker it be.
Poker it be. Righty ho, I will leave you to it. Have a lovely evening,
Yes.
and I will see to you on Thursday in that case.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
Soon.
See you in a bit.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. All right. It's the after show. What am I doing here? Oh no, I've dropped my fish. Where's my fish? Let me get my fish back. How do I sell this fish? What do I do with it? I tried to sell it to the butcher. He's not interested. I'll go to Strawberry. Sell it there. Where's Strawberry? Strawberry. I googled. Where do I sell my fish? Strawberry's where I sell mine. I don't know where to sell them. Where to sell? Muskies are long, slender-bodied, predatory fish. Yeah. What can I do with it? I guess I'll just cook it. I'll try Valentine before I cook it. Get out of Saint Denis. Squeeze it out. Alright. Careful of real people in the game. Okay, this guy's following me now. What's he gonna do? Nope, he left me alone. Don't get a lot of people that bother you really in the game very much. And we're off. Is anybody still watching? Just in the Discord chat. Anybody wants to join me in the after show? King of the Castle, free roam event. Let's have a look at the invite for that. Let's do it. I'll be late for work because I stayed up to watch Chinny sell a fish. God. Lost my voice a bit. Well, let's make it more ASMR. We are doing a free roam event. Take control of the area as king of the castle. King of the castle. Where are we? We're in Ansburg, in the top right.
Hello.
Oh. Somebody's talking in the game. Here we go. Off we go. Oh no, these are tough. Don't really play these very often.
Okay.
It's not an area in the game you get to see very often. How are you supposed to do this? Oh my god. This is too hard. Being shot at. Ugh. Down. Dead. Oof. Jeez. Very difficult. Yep. Jeez. That's why the multiplayer game was never really that good in Red Dead. Because you can see everybody on the map. So where's the challenge, you know? Always got UAV on. Should take it off. I'm not doing very well. Oof, jeez. No. Damn. Oh, I tried. Oh no. Oh. Damn. Looks like the hill is in the coal mine building. Redeem myself at the end a little bit. Well, that'll do it. Good night, everybody.